Muse on XFM 104.9. It's Ricky Gervais show, isn't it?
With Steve Merchant. Whereas you see, we, in our house, of course, we'd just switch off the TV and we'd perhaps just listen, you know, to the concerto on Radio 3.
Ooh, yeah, we weren't allowed to turn the telly off. Really.
I don't know what a concerto is. I've just said that word.
I don't know what a concerto is. It's like just a posh word for concert, isn't it?
I think so.
Is it? Yeah. What's a concerto?
It's one of those, maybe it's one of those instruments, the kind of squeeze box.
That's a concertina.
It's a concertina.
Yeah.
My nan used to play a concertina.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if that's interesting to you. I don't know why you choose the concertina of all the instruments to play. I mean, it's not the sexiest. It's only kind of sailors.
My nan used to have one, but she doubled up as an iron lung.
Nice.
Which was good. And so when she, you know, when she had a bit of an attack, we not only were warned, but we had little tunes.
That's beautiful.
As well, yeah.
Could you play your gran?
You can play your gran, yeah. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Once she had a bit of an accident, she said, "Sit down, kids," and she came in there, and she had a corrugated neck.
Ah, of course.
Where it had gone horribly wrong. Go on.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
It's happening again, Steve.
What's happening?
It's going all wrong. Yeah. We're talking rubbish.
Are we?
Yeah.
We should have played 2 in a row.
He's having a go, isn't he?
Blimey.
Gorillas, Rock the House.
Yeah.
XFM 104.9.
Who are you?
Ricky Gervais. Who are you?
Steve Merchant?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Together again.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
The old team.
They said it'd never happen.
Plus Karl, he presses the buttons.
Let's not draw attention to him.
Okay.
We were talking about squeeze boxes.
Yes.
And it got me to thinking, what's happened to them?
You don't see them.
Do you know what I mean? Instruments should be around forever. You know what I mean? The piano forte, as I call
it's a
it,
classic.
been around forever. They invented it. It's around. You know, the saxophone was only, I think, the 20s or 30s. But you know, I can't imagine it going away.
There's a number of instruments probably dying out.
Lute.
The lute you rarely see now.
You rarely see, except maybe on a Men Without Hats.
What was Men Without Hats?
Or Marillion.
Right.
Men Without Hats. We can dance if we want to. And Pierre Trudeau's daughter was in that video.
Who was that we saw in the sandwich shop yesterday?
Well, he might not want us to, he might want to be people to know that he was in a sandwich shop.
It's fine, it just shows that he's human.
Bruce Dickinson, he didn't recognise him. I went, look.
Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden.
I had no idea.
Fella, isn't he?
I'd say he's really tiny, it was almost laughable. Is he married? That'll annoy me. But
you've just alienated yourself from a lot of heavy metal fans now, because he's pretty much of a guru.
They never leave their bedrooms, Rick.
But they've got powers. If they're putting crystals now on toads, and they're going to turn you into a...
All right.
Well, no.
Let's having a go.
I wasn't having a go. I stopped myself, realising it wasn't much of a threat.
Rick,
right, go on.
What else is dying out? Pipes.
Pipes.
You never see people smoking pipes.
Why
Young people now are not smoking pipes.
No.
You see old people, you're right, but kids, you've got to start taking up pipes, otherwise they're going to die out, because the people of the older generation, you know, they're going to die soon. I'm not smoking a pipe. I should be.
With pipes, though, was it like the fashion where when you smoked, you started, you know, at a young age and then carried on, or did you just start at 50?
But no, because if you see, like, sort of shots of kind of, you know, sort of professorial types from the 1930s, when they're at Oxbridge, they're always smoking pipes in a tweed jacket. Yeah. That was when they started, like, university.
Yeah, but they still do. So lots of things that should die out in the rest of the world carry on in Oxbridge colleges.
Yeah, but my point is...
Boaters.
All right. All I'm saying is that they're not even in Oxbridge now, they're not even smoking pipes.
I bet there is.
There's no one smoking pipes.
I bet there is.
Right, I'd like to know if there's anyone listening who's under the age of 30 that smokes a pipe regularly, and I don't mean like a crack pipe.
And I guarantee they went to Oxford or Cambridge.
Okay, what's the number?
08700 800 1234.
What's the email?
ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Pipes are dying out. Yeah. Snuff, that's as good as gone.
Yeah.
Snuff.
Yeah, trilbies.
My friend always said if he won, like, loads of money on the lottery, he'd like to try really hard to try and bring back, as a fashion accessory, the cape. Because the capes are classy.
I quite like the cape.
The cape's brilliant, because you can kind of, you know, mask your face with it. Yeah. Dracula-like.
You can have it off, but still on, and on, but still off.
Exactly.
It's not like a coat. You know what I mean? Where you drape it over your shoulders and that can fall down.
Karl, you're not a fan of the cape. You're turning your nose up at the cape. That's a madness.
No pockets.
Good point. You could have some kind of inner sort of smuggler's pocket.
Did that
poacher's pocket. If they did that, I'd buy one.
Well, I'll tell you what. That sounds good. That sounds good. It's just gone half past. It's the new feature.
I can't believe it.
That sounds good.
For a minute there, I was completely lost. Yeah. Remind me again, what's that sounds good? I thought, no, hang on, it's that film sounds good.
Oh, yeah. That film sounds good. Right, this isn't my famous film review, which I've got coming up. Right. Look forward to that. It's brilliant. Yes. It's quite a delicate subject, but I think I deal with it sensitively.
Brilliant. Okay.
This is... That film sounds good.
Right.
And I've taken
Remind us again what that is, what this feature is.
I'm going to pick a song from a film.
Okay.
That's on from the soundtrack, right?
Yes.
I'm choosing a song from Jackie Brown.
Okay.
Great film.
Yeah, brilliant film.
And this is Across 110th Street by Bobby Womack. It's fantastic. Ooh, that film sounds good.
Brilliant.
Yeah?
Brilliant, yeah.
I'm thinking of actually bringing out maybe a compilation of...
I'd love to hear it.
Song for the Lovers.
What sort of things can we hear, can we expect in the future? Because I know you're a big fan. This is brilliant. He bought, right, the soundtrack to the film Braveheart, which is just kind of... No, let me just explain. Which is just kind of big orchestrated numbers, right?
James
and
Horner.
as far as he's concerned, that's classical music. He's got a classical music CD in his collection. It's the music from Braveheart.
I sit there and I think, yeah, mate, I'd probably sort of lead my people's, you know...
He's obsessed with Braveheart. He actually sort of relates to William Wallace. He actually thinks, yeah, that's the sort of thing I'd be doing.
Yeah. It is. No.
What was it you were working out to the other day as well? He's got like a personal like gymnast or whatever. What's it called? Is it a gym expert? A trainer? You've got a personal...
I box with this bloke.
Yeah, he goes boxing in like some underpass somewhere. Right? Every day. Every single day. He goes boxing, right? But and what was it you were what did you tell me you were training to this week?
God.
What music did you have on?
Oh my God. I have actually, now I never did this, but I have actually gone red, haven't I?
Yes.
Right.
It's very hard to embarrass
I was working out and training and boxing. Oh my God. You're going to have to play a record after this. To the Rocky soundtrack.
To the Rocky soundtrack. He's bought, right, a CD which has got the best music from all of them. Now, was it Eye of the Tiger, or was it...
It starts up with Eye of the Tiger, then it goes, Hearts on Fire. That's me sort of right on fire. Then it goes, dun 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 dun.
Does any of your training with your trainer, does it ever involve you running through snow with a log chained to your back, like in Rocky
and helping,
IV?
I often have to help Russian peasants, because their cart horse is, like, fallen over, but I lift it up. Whereas the other fella, he's training in a posh gym having injections. I'm not. I'm just, like, breaking rocks and punching dead cows.
Where'd you get that from?
It's handy, wasn't it?
Put it on.
No,
what is it?
That's the
He can't hear because put your headphones on.
Why was it?
You'll love it. You'll love it.
Yeah.
That's magnificent.
Yeah.
That's now Ricky Gervais's theme tune.
Yeah.
Every time we start the show, we should just start with that.
Win, Ricky, win. You two, walk on. I've got to give it to them. I hated you two for about 15 years.
Like
I know, but I love that one now. I just love that album. They can't put a foot wrong.
Do you ever listen to the whole album? Because I know you tend to buy albums just for the singles, when you could, of course, just buy the singles.
I know where he's going. I bought light funky ones.
Oh, I wanted to say that.
Yeah, I bought light funky ones because
the light funky ones. Do you remember the light funky ones? That was about like a year ago. What did they do? They did Girl in a Green Dress, a girl on TV.
And Abercrombie.
That one that goes, summertime Abercrombie and Fitch. The girls are wearing up. Do you remember that? It's like a light sort of summer.
Listen,
nonsense.
I've got a lot of money. It's nothing to me, okay?
The light funky
I want a bit of light funky ones once. That's 15 quid. It's nothing to me.
You put the two singles on, right? Never listen to the rest of the album.
I never listened to the two singles again either.
The light funky ones.
Oh, it's just my street cred's gone down it. Rocky soundtrack and the light funky ones. You'd make two mistakes.
Right, let's not forget Braveheart, the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, it's a good film.
Rick, we were talking earlier about stuff.
True story about a little Australian freed the Scottish.
The stuff that's dying out that I think you and I single-handedly need to kind of resurrect and salvage. Yeah. I thought the Trilby was dying out.
Yeah.
I'll surprise you, and yet, watching Top of the Pops last night, Jamiroquai was wearing one, and then lo and behold, Danny Minogue came on, she had one as well. I thought, blimey, there's two people there trying to salvage the Trilby, and good luck to them.
Well, that's on its way then. Let them do that.
The Trilby's fine.
Let's do something else.
But the bowler hat...
Ah, the bowler hat.
You never see the bowler.
I always fancy myself in a bowler hat.
I love a bowler hat. Carl, would you wear a bowler hat? I know you'd wear the cape.
I did wear a Trilby.
You wear a Trilby, really? You must have looked like a...
That's brilliant. What, because you're a Mancunian?
Well, there was a phase, wasn't there, in about 90... When was it?
I think that was just round your way.
It might have been. It was in Manchester.
Did someone get a job lot of Trilbys? And persuaded you kids? Yeah, I'll tell you what's trendy. No, Sean Ryder wears one of these. Does he? Yeah, go on. Yeah, quid. And then everyone in your street had Trilbys on.
But you've never worn a bowler?
Never.
What about Kangol bowler? You might think about it.
Out again.
I'll tell you what. I would like to wear a bowler hat and a dark hat, but I'm worried I look like one of those little fellas off a Home Pride advert.
The Home Pride guys, they've been persevering with the bowler for years.
They still look good in it, though,
They're still looking good. They're dapper guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, the Jolly Green Giant, he had quite a distinctive look, which is obviously one I've been thinking of exploiting.
What, the little, I know, the little, sort of like a little dress.
Was it Corncroft that made up his little skirt?
Yeah.
What was the Jolly Green Giant so jolly about? Probably, he was very pleased. It can't have just been the sweet corn and the peas.
No, I reckon it was his enormous jolly green knob. I mean, he must have got up every day and gone, look at that. He must have been so happy.
The only thing that's like, in the case of the Jolly Green Giant, or like when Gulliver was a giant and he was in Lilliput and all the Lilliputians, they helped him out, they were feeding him and stuff.
Yeah.
If you're a giant like that in that situation, how do you sort of have a little sneaky...
tug?
You know, a little tug, a little J. Arthur rank.
I don't know, because it's like...
it's very tricky to do that.
Because you're as big as their mountains,
exactly.
aren't you? You can't hide. They go, oh, you know, I mean, there's no...
All the little village probably just thought it was a tidal wave or something. Do you know what I mean?
That's pretty grim, though.
Yeah.
I mean, the tidal wave's pretty desperate.
I know.
It's how would he have gone to the mayor and said, I need a Kleenex the size of a tennis court and a gigantic copy of the Daily Star.
No, I never understood with giants how they actually got that big in the first place, because what food was around to make them... Because not only were they, like, big, but they were muscly big. They ate well.
They ate whole cows, probably.
Karl,
it's not well documented, Karl, is it?
You know they don't actually exist and never have. Okay.
Right, it's time for a feature, I think.
Karl, I've got... there was a TV show I watched once on the History Channel. This is the History Channel.
Yeah.
It was the history of werewolves. Right? The history of werewolves. And the whole show is predicated on the fact that at the end, we'll tell you if they ever existed or not.
Yeah. Just waiting. And I go, oh, come on, we're going to be late. Hold on, he's going to tell us if they existed or not.
Karl, werewolves?
Michael Aspel was in it, and Michael Aspel is a top broadcaster and therefore would not associate himself with something that did not exist.
Under the covers time, gents.
Under the covers.
Cover me up, cover me bad, run for cover. Here come the covers. Covers. I like cover songs.
This is a cover version.
Yes. This is from an album which is a bit hit and miss, as these things often are. It's different artists covering the songs of Leonard Cohen. You've got the Pixies on there, R.E.M., Nick Cave, different people. This, bizarrely, is Lloyd Cole, not someone I'm normally a fan of, but doing a version of the fantastic Leonard Cohen song at Chelsea Hotel. Play it, Karl. Under the Covers. I thought it was a beautiful version.
It's lovely.
You know that apparently
really
I think
nice.
it's that song
sweet.
Written by Leonard Cohen originally, and I think it's about his brief romance with Nico, who made a name, of course, with the Velvet Underground and was a tragic drugs victim. But it's interesting because I'm looking at this as a compilation called I'm Your Fan, which is cover songs of Leonard Cohen's music. And as I say, R.E.M., there's people on the Nick Cave who are still going. There's a couple of names you don't tend to hear of that often now. The House of Love.
Oh, yeah.
Rarely hear them, do you? That Petrol Emotion.
Oh, yeah.
That Petrol Emotion.
Yeah.
Who else we got on here? It says Robert Forster. Now, is he a musician, or is it... I don't... Robert Forster, I don't know.
Well, if you know who Robert Forster is, I thought he was a writer.
The Lilac Time.
The Lilac Time.
They're on there as well.
You can't just say a name of a band and laugh.
You can if it's the Lilac Time.
Wow. We were...
Did I tell you before that my friend and I once listed words we thought should be rude, but aren't, like cassock, we always thought.
Yeah,
and
bollards.
Bollards. And he always pointed out the blow monkeys.
Yeah.
Which I was...
It could be a very rude word, but isn't.
It isn't. Okay,
that could be a new feature, couldn't it? We're featured up, aren't we?
Aren't we? This is brilliant.
We've still got the film review to come. Song for Lovers is coming up in a few minutes.
Song for the ladies.
Yeah, Song for the ladies. What else
if I can squeeze in a hip-hop track, I'd love to do it.
Yeah, that's called our hip-hop track bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's just amazing.
Do we have a classic song, Rick?
What were you thinking of?
Oh, I don't know, maybe something by, Nirvana?
Well, there's their biggest classic, you mean?
Ideally.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's going well, isn't it?
I'm enjoying it.
Well, I'm looking forward to Pop Idol.
Pop Idol? I've not been watching it.
You're joking?
Yeah, I don't know what's happened, really. I've lost interest.
Oh, well, it is like most things, like the preliminary rounds. That's when all the real freaks and no-hopers, you know. But sometimes I watch those sort of things and I sort of laugh and I think, oh dear, I shouldn't be laughing at him because he's not just rubbish, he's verging on the mentally ill. Do you know what I mean? So there's people that go along, you want to go, who told you to go along? What were you thinking? Right?
Well, it's the fact that there was no one to stop them going. That's what's even more terrifying.
Yeah, I know. And Simon Cowell's good.
He's great value.
He's amazing. Foxy, I like Foxy now.
I know. I've warmed to.
He's come round, Dr. Fox. He's a lovely little shiny tree trunk.
Now, often I notice he's not always there week in, week. Is that because he's off doing medical operations?
He's got his practice still.
He's got the practice. He's got to maintain that.
Yeah. you know, is on.
Isn't it the big ones tonight? I mean, when I say the big ones,
Capital Radio. He's still on Capital Radio.
Yeah.
That he's got to do. So you know,
isn't it some of the big names though? It's Darius Dinesh tonight.
It's Darius and the Fat Boy.
And the Fat Guy,
the big thing that makes you...
Who I noticed in The Sun today is saying, vote for me because of my musical talent, not because I'm huge and you feel sorry for me.
Yeah, well, that's good. I think that's right. But he has got a great...
Darius, I noticed, he shaved his beard off.
He looks... He's a new man.
He looks slightly laughable, though. He's got quite a weak chin.
He's having a laugh.
Well...
He's dissing Darius for
I'm
his
not
looks.
claiming to be a pop star.
Well...
Oh, can you feel the love in the room?
Yeah, let's have a little song. No, but I'm looking forward to it. My favourite all the way through has been the little fella with the stutter. I'd like Darius to get...
Yeah, I think it's almost certain he's going to win. I don't think there's any excitement
so. Or
there.
that Welsh girl, who was very good.
Oh, yeah.
The one that made Pete Waterman cry.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah. She was good though, wasn't she?
Yeah,
they're
great. They're really good. But you know, it'd be nice to see Fatty get some recognition.
I mean, he's just a weird shape though. It turns my stomach, and I'm one to talk.
Steady on.
No, I know.
It's just, you know.
He's just doing his job.
It's, you know, glandular.
Yeah.
It's not as greed. But you know, he's got a good voice, and why not? We've had Demis Roussos in the charts.
Yeah.
Alison Moyet.
There's not been a Fatty for a while, has there? Who's been a big star? I mean, Moyet may well have been the last one.
Jerry Watts, she sorted herself out after becoming famous. She was pretty big, wasn't she?
Who? Jerry Halliwell?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was never a bloater. Have you seen this bloke off Pop Idols?
Yeah.
It's like he's got 3 Jerry Halliwell strapped to his waist and then wearing a big coat over the top.
To smuggle them in.
Yeah, exactly.
To a no Halliwell zone.
I reckon I tell you what he's going to do. I reckon he's going to take it off, and it's just a big fat outfit, and it was like to prove, you know, the prejudice of the world.
Yeah.
All right?
Yes.
Hey?
And how come that little fella with the stutter doesn't stutter when he's singing? Hold on.
I noticed that's cleaned up, actually.
I bet she's not even Welsh.
Exactly. And apparently Darius is not a knob.
Dandy Warhols on XFM 104.9. About 2:20, The Ricky Gervais Show.
With Steve Merchant.
Yeah, he's still here.
The Christmas ads that come on, I notice. They're on now. And I noticed, I was watching telly last night, and do you think that the advertising executive for Cadbury's Roses chocolates just comes in once a year and they go, what you got this year? And he goes, what about some workmen and some old ladies singing thank you very much, thank you very, very much?
Yeah.
Just shot in a street somewhere. Yeah, that'd be fine. It worked last year.
Yeah,
That's been going like since I can remember. I've never seen another advert for Cadbury's Roses except that.
Exactly. Well, there's certain things that conjure up Christmas, like you got your turkey and all that, and you got your roses.
Yeah. Walrus.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be confirmed.
Eels, fresh feeding on XFM 104. I was going well, isn't it?
I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
20 minutes to go. I think more of an up show. We've made some great hits and great songs today, haven't we? We've had some great features. A new feature. That film sounds good.
Looking forward to that.
That'll run and run.
Yep.
Song for if there are any record companies out there that want to put out a compilation of my songs for lovers, that's good. Anyone who wants me to do a film, any film you want,
reviewed.
Reviewed, yeah. I would finish a sentence.
Yeah, no, ideally. Because otherwise it was anyone who wants me to do a film. Well, of course, being the top actor, you'd have probably appeared in a film.
Sure, okay, yeah. And that...
Jolly good, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're running out of steam, I can tell.
You're running out.
Yeah.
Go on.
Karl, have you seen it yet? I know you probably haven't, Rick. Cliff Richard's video for his new single.
Yep.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, it's bad, isn't it?
I saw it on Lorraine Kelly in the morning, Sky One. Great show. And it's amazing. He's done a version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but he's combined that.
No.
He's combined that with what was it? It's Oh What a Wonderful World.
I wasn't really listening. I was looking at the pictures and I couldn't believe
it's What a Wonderful World and combined with Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
So he's done
two classic songs, two songs that have been done definitively by artists in the past. He's tried to combine them with a kind of Yamaha keyboard sound in the background.
What was his last year's one? It was Lord's Prayer with Over the Old Lang Syne.
He's just obsessed with combining two songs. Like, they're not good enough as they are. People get bored. We better combine them.
Yeah.
It's like a mega mix, like a Cliff mega mix. Only the video is unbelievable. It's him flying through. It's all kind of sort of 2D animation, kind of almost sort of a collage of buildings and high-rise flats and that. Kids see him floating by. Yeah. They wave. They point to each other. They can't believe their luck. There goes Sir Cliff.
They're going, who's that?
Exactly.
He was around in the 50s.
And he's got a little one-dimensional Cliff with a kind of angelic glow flying through the sky. Just bringing happiness to people as he sings.
Oh, he does.
His real face kind of every so often kind of appearing and kind
of singing. Where his real face is.
And it's one of the worst songs and one of the worst videos I've ever seen. I mean, I know people slag off Cliff and it's an easy target, but he actually deserves it because he's shameful. He's embarrassing.
So, yeah.
He's embarrassing. I mean, and he's arrogant.
Well, everything's a disguised boast. I mean, I liked Devil Woman. I liked Miss Unites. I liked Wired for Sound, and I like tall speakers and small speakers. I like all sizes of speakers. You know that. You'll vouch me on that. Yeah. And he sang about it, which is good. And I'm often Wired for Sound, right? Carrie doesn't live here anymore. Where's she gone? She's just another message on a payphone wall. It's a story. But lately, I haven't had a lot of time for him.
Awful.
I remember he was on something on one chat show, and I think it was Des or Michael Asp or something. And I said, "So you've had something?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, everyone knows that Elvis sold more records after his death than when he was alive." Little dig there against Elvis. He goes,
yeah.
"Well, I've just overtaken his record for sales in the UK." Right, so he sets up that Elvis is only selling because he's dead.
Yeah.
And anyway, I've still beaten him in the UK. And I just think, yeah. And where'd you get the quiff from and the way to sing? Where'd you get that from, Cliff? Where did you think of that?
But it's those people he's just desperate for the credibility that he's never going to have.
I like it when he went round last year going, "They're not playing my record, they're not playing my record, they're not playing..." Oh, go on, play it. Number one.
Yeah.
Fooled you.
It was number one, the Millennium Prayer.
I know, yeah. Well, it was, it was the Millennium, wasn't it?
It was, but I don't know who's buying it. I mean, I know, but you seem to claim it's some kind of like 60-year-old women, but they're not.
Yeah,
are they really a commercial force now?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Karl seems to know that.
Well, like when you're born, you're a little baby, wrinkly and stuff. When you get older, you sort of morph into a baby again, and you go through the same phases. So when you're young, you buy singles. You get old, you got nothing to do all day. You got all your pension money. What will I buy? Cliff Richard's on the telly. Here's my video. Buy me song.
You see, that started off as quite a sensible point, because I actually think they do it. But what was all that alien stuff about when you're born, you go wrinkly and you go wrinkly again? So sometimes you mix, like, normal things that human beings say with I don't know what.
Well, look, when you're a baby, you've got a little bald head, no teeth. You get old. What happens?
Are you a philosopher? Are you an official philosopher? Because, I mean, it sounds like it. Oh, Karl, play a record. You're a gem. You're a diamond.
XFM 104.9. Good to hear the Happy Mondays again. We're nearly through.
We are indeed.
We've had a little bit of chat. We've had a few laughs. We've had a few tears.
We have indeed.
We've introduced a new feature.
Looking forward to that next week.
Yeah, so it's just going to be wall-to-wall features, isn't it? It's going to be,
Well, I had an idea for a feature which you didn't seem to like, which was something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
You want to explain it? And
something old, an old song. Something new, a new song.
Yeah.
Something borrowed, a cover version.
Yeah.
And something blue, just a melancholy and beautiful song.
Right, okay, but does it have to be all four, or can it be anyone?
No, it's all four. You can play that over the course of the show. Or maybe just have four songs in a row, and that's that section.
So like a feature would be like, this is either an old song or like a new song.
Yeah.
That's good. I think we've done that a few times.
No, it's not.
We've covered that.
Well, what's the difference? I'm playing a song from a film. Just because you give it a title, it's just a song from a film. You could play that anyway, couldn't you?
Brilliant.
It's all nonsense.
Cheers, Karl.
Brilliant.
Yeah. My ideas are good, aren't they? Because they're not only sort of accessible, but there's a little bit of depth there.
I think it's fair enough to let him have his little feature at the end of the show, though. Just, you know what I mean? Keep him happy. This song for the lovers.
Excellent. Well, but that's not till after Song 2 by Blur.
I remember the days when Karl didn't even want to be on the air. I remember the days when he was told by the establishment that he wasn't allowed to talk on the air. And now it's like as far as he's concerned, he's a third member of the team.
He's protected by me.
Right?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Song 2 by Blur. We're running out of time. It's 5-2. Just got time for Steve's song for the ladies.
Wedding present, Rick, from the album Saturnali, I think it's pronounced like that, and it's track 3, Dream World, a song
Looking forward
for the
to
ladies.
This is XFM.
Ash, there's a star on XFM 104.9, 1:05. That means it must be well in. 5 minutes in to the Ricky Gervais show.
With Steve Merchant.
Yeah, he's here as well.
Yep.
Well, we've got some great tunes lined up, haven't
Have we?
We've got Eminem,
Have
we've got Coldplay, Oasis, we've got De La Soul, Chemical Brothers, Dr. Dre, Garbage, R.E.M., The Manics, we've got Muse, we've got Feeder, we've got some classic
you said all those names, Rick, but the chances of us actually playing all of those are quite slim.
We might not get to them if we talk too much.
And obviously we'll drop a couple of those to play our own tracks as well.
Yeah. Well, they are our own tracks.
Yeah.
You know. Well.
I'm not gonna get into that now.
Right. Here's Eminem. Eminem, the real Slim Shady. Now, even though that sort of record is relatively recent, and it's quite hardcore. It's going on about, subject matter that is adult, really.
Certainly.
And it's quite aggressive and it's cool and everything. But he still managed to make it sound like a novelty record.
It is, yeah.
So, I mean, it's like a little I know that's intention, and that's good. But I mean, I think it's nice that he's got a nice little tune. It could be like a little cartoon figure. Here comes Flumpy McMump.
But the irony is, isn't there like a video you can get now, which is a cartoon Slim Shady, The Adventures of Slim Shady?
Really?
Because I know there was The Adventures of MC Hammer, the cartoon animated series, which sadly I never got to see. And New Kids on the Block, I think.
The cartoon went a bit mad and started, spending a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly.
And
MC Hammer now apparently is like he tours on the kind of religious music scene.
Does he?
Yeah, he's gone sort of.
Well, wasn't he always a preacher or something, or started in gospel or something?
Was he?
Yeah, I think so. Because he used to. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I just assumed he was off the streets.
He used to keep a lot of Bibles in his big trousers.
Yeah.
So he could go around giving it to poor people.
Yeah.
Well, apart from the great music we've got lined up, Steve, we've got, obviously, our regular features.
Sure.
We've got my classic film review.
Always looking forward to that.
That's already getting a little bit of, attention.
From who?
Wow, just various people.
Go on, name some.
Well, can't name them, what, by name or just...
Yeah.
Oh, God, what's that one? Oh, Scorsese.
Right.
You want me to talk about
Yeah.
one of those films?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You going to talk about one of his today?
Yeah, well, no.
What we've got lined up?
Spielberg.
Right.
He's going to do a Spielberg film.
Okay.
We've got, That Film Sounds Good.
Yeah.
Now, that's not my film review. That's where I take a track off a soundtrack of a classic film.
Yes.
And it's a great track, and I go, oh, that film sounds good.
Brilliant.
So,
Yeah.
because it sounds
Yeah.
good. You see what I mean?
But please don't be confused and think that that's the film review. I hate people to think that.
No.
That's
because,
what I wouldn't want. to
Yeah.
happen.
We've got Song for the Lovers. We've got Song for the Ladies.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing a hip-hop track.
It's called the hip hop track.
It's called, Steve says, hip-hop hooray.
Hip hop hooray.
That's not bad, is it?
Oh, it's just brilliant.
on.
If there's anyone listening, like, Saatchi and Saatchi or McCann Erickson or, those people that do advertising, then we are the people.
We're the people, man.
We can market.
We'll market anything. And maybe you're a two-bit band. You want to email in or something, and
Yeah.
just say, how can we publicise our music?
Yeah.
We'll
Well, I
find
mean,
a
if
way.
we were marketing, say, a band, we wouldn't say this is a two-bit band. That'd be wrong.
Was that the
We'd
first
say this is
mistake?
yeah. We'd say this is a brilliant band. They're going
They're going
from
places.
the excellent. I like it when it's always the same reviews. It's sort of like
Mark Goodyear, inevitably.
They go the excellent single by Coldplay, Yellow. He goes, oh, Yellow, that's Yellow by
Exactly,
Coldplay.
yeah.
Why do they do the bit that says Yellow? We
Yeah.
said it just to
Yeah.
show. I want to see something else in the song, maybe the middle eight.
Yeah, it would always be the brand new excellent album from Travis, featuring the hit single "Sing, Sing, Sing, Sing." That's the brand new album from Travis. It features 12 other new tracks and Sing, Sing, Sing. Brilliant. Well done.
Actually,
Cheers.
I'd buy it.
No, I would. Based on that.
That's all the features we've got, isn't it?
That's all the stuff we lined up. We were probably gonna, I don't know, probably rabbit on about other stuff.
Yeah.
Carl, unless I'm very much mistaken, we've got something to give away. Is that right? The K-Man's with us, of course, pressing the button.
Yeah.
KP.
You all right, mate?
Okay, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pilkington.
We have-
Hold on, can I just say there's nothing funny about that name? Just straight,
It's
no, straight
nothing.
away, seriously.
Let's clear that up straight away.
You know,
the idea that people are laughing.
So in school, they'd go through the register, Anderson, they'd go through them all, Camfield, Sturgis. Well, no, it wouldn't go to Sturgis yet, would it?
Oh, she wouldn't be there, would she?
Well, no, P's before S, isn't it?
No, she just wouldn't be at school.
She's out
Too busy in rehab.
Pilkington. Okay, settle down. There's nothing funny about Pilkington.
What's up with it?
It's Pilkington. Pilkington.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit like Plonker.
Yeah, or Pilchard.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've got tickets for
I don't think anyone's ever mocked the name before. I think we're the first ones to do it.
Oh, we're brilliant, we are.
I don't think people
Yeah,
up north figured that out, that it was a funny name.
Well, it probably isn't up there, is it? Because they've all got names
They're all
like,
called that, aren't they?
like Ramsbottom,
Yeah.
Wilkinson, Pilkington.
Piddle Trent Hyde. Oscar Piddle Trent Hyde, what are you doing? You're late.
Anyway, Gervais.
Well, all right. Okay.
No, that's an exotic name.
It's a
Let
bit
him go
French,
at
it's a
He
bit
pays your
French.
wages. Blimey, here he comes, having a go at the star of the show.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah. Do you want to play a record and get back to it? We've got tickets to give away, that's what we're saying.
Carl, what's the tickets? People want to know what the tickets are.
After this record.
Clever.
Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja. That's what I like about sort of rock and roll. It just, sings, tells a story about everyday things
Yeah.
you know about. You know.
Shinobi versus Dragon.
Yeah,
Was
old
was there any
experience.
reference to Shinobi or the Dragon Ninja in the song?
I wasn't
I
listening.
wasn't really paying attention, but I'm assuming that some of that screaming was about Shinobi and the Dragon. I don't know who won. If anyone knows who won out of the Shinobi and the Dragon Ninja.
Or maybe it's like a trilogy. Maybe they sort of get together in one. Then the second single, there's the fight,
Right,
like
sure.
the mid thing in the film. Because I don't know about film structure because I do a film review.
Yeah, sure.
And then the final one is the
The two of them
outcome.
pairing up against maybe a larger villain. A Godzilla type. Maybe.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I mean, who knows? Who knows?
Okay, well no, they do. Lost profits. And
If you're
they're
listening.
running round with a used Durex, thinking that this was great because they were scared of snakes, and they were
Oh.
going, "Put it down, it's dirty." No, be careful of the poison.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's horrible.
It
mate.
is horrible, isn't it? Have I gone too far again?
How could you not realise it was made of rubber, for goodness sake? Well, you obviously didn't know anything about nature.
Well,
Oh, I used to love nature, me.
Yeah,
You know the
yeah.
difference between some skin and
Yeah,
then
this
rubber
is
Johnny.
Now be careful of the Johnny snake.
Yeah.
Their little poppy head and their poison that. Oh dear.
I always remember there's this kid who lived near me once, and this bird got run over, and he rushed it. He said, "I can save it," and he kissed it. Because he thought he could give it the kiss. He thought he could give it the kiss of life.
I thought you meant it was a girl.
No.
It got run over.
And he kissed it. No, he thought he could give it the kiss of life, but he didn't know what the kiss of life was. He just thought you could kiss something and that would bring it back to life.
I think it was an excuse. I think
The
he was
kiss of
thinking, I
dead
can't
bird.
wait for a bird to get run over, then I can pretend to be giving it a kiss of life, but really I'm giving it a nice little snog on the
I remember he
beak.
kissed it like that and threw it up like it would fly away, and it just went whoomp onto the floor.
Oh, was it dead or?
Yeah, it was blood everywhere. It was horrible.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And what is he doing now?
He presents Animal Hospital. No, I don't know what he's doing. But,
He's the worst vet in the world. Got struck off. For sleeping with one of his patients. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, bless him. Oh no, I killed a fish once.
Go on.
Well, I made a little bow and arrow. I was about 8 or 9, and I made a bow and arrow. And you know, you never think. We had a pond, and there was a huge fish in it, about 8 inches long, a huge big sort of like golden orph or something, or a carp or something. And I was sort of playing, and I aimed, and I shot it, and it went straight through it and floated to the top. And I thought, oh my God.
You pierced a fish with an arrow. That's an amazing shot.
Well, it was luck. It was pure luck. I
You
never
were
thought I'd
Native
do it.
American.
Yeah. You know those little things outside in the front garden by the front gate, a little sort of 4 inches by 4 inches bit of metal. You lift it up, and it's sort of like where the drains are. If the plumbers need to get there, or the council or everything like that.
Right.
I dropped it down there, and I thought, oh my God, what if that's discovered? What if I have to drown? So I ran loads and loads of journeys in and out of my house, right to the toilet and back, just taking out handfuls of Vim and pouring bleach down, thinking that I can get rid of this fish before the council dig it up in 10 years' time and go, send him to jail.
Yes.
Fish-a-side.
But what do you think they would have done? They'd have taken the dead fish, they've gone to each of the doors going, is this your fish?
Yeah,
You
but
recognise
I was
this fish?
8. You don't think...
You recognised either the arrow or the fish?
Yes, it's arrow straight through it. But, you don't think when you're 8 that it'd be okay. If I can ride this out till I'm 20,
Yeah.
the statute of limitations on goldfish murder, it is about, I can't work it out, 12 years.
Wow.
Yes, that
You're
was...
a killer.
Yeah.
Carl, anything embarrassing ever happened to you ever?
With what? With animals and stuff?
Could be animals.
I like animals, to be honest.
So do I. It was a mistake.
No, you don't. I thought you were feeling bad about the fish.
Yeah.
But really, you were more worried about you being locked up.
Well, I felt bad. There was both the law and the moral side of fish death. I mean, we kill fish all the time, just not usually with a bow and arrow in a back garden in Whitley. Often the supermarket can lend a hand with that.
I used to sell mackerel.
Did you?
Yeah, I had a pet magpie
Did you?
called Maggie.
Oh, you pet
Inventive.
magpie. You mean you captured it and didn't let it go away?
Yeah.
Can't have a pet magpie.
But then it got really vicious. I mean...
Well, it was trying to let me go. What do you keep it in, a rabbit hutch?
No, it flew around, but it used to just, come to me all the time, but then it started pecking my head and stuff.
That's not a pet magpie. That's a bird in the garden.
No, but I could actually... I could hold it and stuff. It wasn't scared of me, and it knew it was me. It used to come down from, the top
It
of the...
hated you. That's why it wanted to peck you. Is that...
And the other thing... I always remember being younger and walking through the woods to school with my mum, and I was chasing a butterfly, and she said, "Oh, don't do that, Karl." And I said, "Why?" She said, "'Cause they only live a day." I said, "Oh, all right, I'll get a dead one in the morning."
That's genius.
That's great. That's quick thinking, isn't it? Oh,
that's sweet. Let's play a song.
Wu-Tang Clan and Gravel Pit. We love that, don't we?
I love it, yeah.
Yeah,
Classic
brilliant.
track. We're talking about embarrassing stories and stuff, and I don't know if I've told this on this radio before. Have I told you, Karl? I'm not sure. But this was when I was working at the BBC. This is not even long ago, and I'd moved to London, and I was fairly new in London. And I was working at the BBC, and I had this BBC hire car, and I've never told it. If there's anyone listening who works for the BBC, I don't know if I can still get in trouble for it. But this BBC hire car, and it was like I'd been ferrying kind of actors and people and production people around all day in this car. And I was driving back, it was quite late, it was about sort of 7 or 8, and I was driving back, and I pulled in to get some petrol to fill up the car every day. And I went into this garage to fill up some petrol, and I was there, and two blokes came in a white van, right? They sort of pulled into the forecourt, and I was filling up the car, and they went, "Hey, do you want to buy a couple of speakers?" And I said, "Yes, I do."
Yeah.
Because, to tell you the reason, it was like I was so flattered that they thought I'd be the kind of bloke who would, A, need some kind of classy speakers, and B, would like to buy them on the sly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought, they like the
They've
fact
seen me. They've seen I look a bit of a hustler.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm a street sort of guy. You can see by the way I use my walk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I couldn't believe my luck. So they drove behind the garage, the little sort of garage bit at the back, and I went round there, sort of casually went round there, sort of locked the car, went round there. They went, open the back. He had these speakers in there. I said, "Are you sure these aren't knocked off, mate?" He went, "No. We work for Dixon's." This is the story he spun me. "We work for Dixon's, right? And we're delivery men. And if we make a delivery and the person's not there to sign for the goods, then we have to bring them back to the warehouse. But if we can sell them on the way back, then that's really good for Dixon's."
Dixon's must love that.
And instead of thinking, "Are you sure some kind of troubleshooter didn't..." I mean, did someone go into Dixon's and go, "Yeah, you're not getting in the garage forecourt market"?
Jones.
Exactly.
Get a couple of lads in a white van.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I sort of bought this story, and I was a little bit dubious, and I went, "Right, let me hear them then." And he wired them up to the car stereo, and boom, 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 they're playing. So it was some groovy hip-hop. I was thinking, great, these guys know what I'm into. Yeah. And he's giving me the talk and stuff. And, I said, "I'm a bit worried these are knocked off." He went, "No, listen, we got a bloke at Dixon's who can confirm this is fine, right? Phone him up, use my mobile, right, and quote this reference number, right?" So I phone out, they go, "Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee," and it goes, "Yeah." I go, "Hi, some guys here in a garage forecourt trying to sell me some speakers. Just wanted to check." He went, "It's fine." I went, should I just read the reference number or whatever?" He went, "If you want." And X14, and I went, "Yeah, it's fine."
Yeah.
Okay.
You know who that was, don't you? That was actually Mr. Dixon himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm thinking, well, they sound great. They're giving me for a knockdown price. I'd say they were like 400 quid, they were like 200 quid or something. It was a good bargain. I was in the market for some speakers as well. Yeah. So, while they were loading
them
in...
It's all kosher, I phoned Dixon's.
Exactly, I phoned Dixon's, that's fine. Yeah. So while they're loading them in the back of the BBC hire car, right, I'm in there paying for the petrol, right, and the guy who's serving goes, "Oh, all right." He goes, "What were you doing round the back with those blokes?" Right? Because obviously there's security cameras filming this whole transaction, right? And he goes, "What are you doing around the back?" And I went, brilliantly, "There's some old mates. Some of my mates were just having a chat and that." He went, "Oh, right, okay," like giving me obviously the evil eye. So I went back to the van. So I'm in the car now, and I'm driving with one of the blokes who's in the van with me, because I didn't have the money on me, so I had to go to the cash point to get the cash, right? So I'm driving with him, and the other guy's like following me in the van, and he was like a northerner like you, and he's giving it all the, "All right, yeah, I tell him, my girlfriend's a DJ, she's got some of these speakers, they're fantastic, da-da-da," and he's giving me this, and then my mind starts working. Now that I've got a bit of time to think, I'm thinking, wait a minute, this all sounds a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
It dawned on me, Rick.
You know, fool, are you? You're streetwise.
Exactly.
You're streetwise, Steve.
Not only that, I was thinking, how am I going to get them home? I've got to drop the car off at the BBC. How am I going to get these huge speakers back to where I live?
And how can I pay for them? Because I've just spent £100 on Find the Lady. With a couple of blokes in the square. It seemed like a fair game. Some of his friends were winning.
But so I explained to him, I said, I can't get them £80. We'll take them home for you.
Oh, that's good. Delivery. They do a whole service, you see. And there's also a backup guarantee. Did they have the guarantee? The 3-month guarantee?
They didn't.
No.
But so I said, "I'm not sure about that." He went, "Well, why don't you put them in a cab, send them back, and your housemates can collect it?" I was like, "Oh, no, there'll be no one in." And I was beginning to sort of get a bit conscious of, like, maybe this was a bit of a scam, after all. So I pulled into, like, a little side road, and I said, "I'm not sure I'm into this now," actually. He went, "What are you talking about? It's 200 quid for a pair of speakers. It's a bargain. You never get a bargain like this, mate." I'm going, "Not too sure, actually. I don't think I want them." He went, 150 quid, 150 quid, mate, 150 quid. I went, "No." He's 100 quid now to you. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, this doesn't sound like the kind of work that Dixon's would be doing.
Dixon's don't do that when I go in.
This is it.
Dixon's never negotiate in that way.
When I go there, look around and I leave, they go, "Where are you going?"
Exactly.
I go, "I'm just like, we'll have anything then. Have anything for a
So
quid."
I stopped the car, and the white van pulled up behind me with his mates in.
Sure.
And I said, "Can you get them out? I'm not interested." And he went, 100 quid, mate. And he was just going, "You tosser, you obviously want some speakers," and he was having a go at me. So I was carrying the speakers out and putting them back in the white van, and he was just shouting at me, he was going, 70 quid, mate. I was like, 70 quid from 200? This is ludicrous.
You realise that wasn't Dixon's policy then?
Exactly.
They don't usually shout, "You tosser," as you leave the, leave the shop and walk down Camden High Street. They're not usually shouting, "You tosser."
You should have took the offer of, like, the monthly payments they've got on at the moment.
So eventually I put them in there, and I sort of knocked the deal on the head, and I got back in my car, and they were in theirs, and I just looked in the rearview mirror, and they were punching the dashboard, like, with aggression and venom, like we let that deal slip through our fingers. And I've never been so terrified in my life. I just sat there, and I was just thinking, oh my God, all I was thinking now is, what if I go back to the BBC, and they go, "We've had a call from the police, the man at the garage, he saw you doing the dodgy deal."
I love it. Yeah. Well, what you do is you put the hire car in a drain in your front garden. What a beautiful song that is. Beautiful strings and everything. Well, you've got a song for the ladies coming up.
Song for the ladies later on as well.
That has set, the standard there.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Were you going to do a film review as well later? Have you still got that?
Well, I could do a film review now, because it's quite a big...
I thought you needed to prepare, but
No, it's quite a big film, and I've seen it, and it is, it's a great film, so I hope I can do it justice, because it's a very... Okay, this week...
What film is it going to be?
It's going to be Schindler's List.
Okay, and are you going to do a jingle for us?
Ricky's film review.
Okay.
This is a film by Steven Spielberg.
Yes.
And because it's in olden times, it's all black and white and that, except a coat that's red. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, it's about a bloke who's called Schindler, and because there were so many people we wanted to save, he had to make a list to get organised, and he tried to save as many as he could, and you know, he made him sort of not make the bullets properly on purpose, because he, you know, and in the end, they gave him a ring. It's the same bloke who made E.T.
Okay, your review of Schindler's List.
Yeah.
And as ever, mark out of 10, please.
9. It was brilliant.
You really enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did the fact that it was 3 hours long bother you?
No.
No? Quite like
No.
that? Okay.
Watched some of it on fast forward.
Okay. Karl, have you seen Schindler's List?
No, I'm surprised they managed to get all that in 3 hours.
Amazing, isn't it? Would that encourage you to see the film?
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, what would you give it a mark out of 10?
9.
You'd give it 9 as well? Okay, I'll tell you,
That red coat effect thing you're going on about, that's sold it.
You like that idea?
Yeah.
Well, that was just a mistake, apparently.
Apparently, yeah, they probably just couldn't get all the colour out of it.
As I said before, if you've got a film that you'd like to have reviewed by Ricky Gervais, then email us, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk, and I'm sure he can,
or even not just like, the people, but what about the ones who make the films? Like, you know, the ones that actually make the film, what are they called? Hollywood?
Yes.
If they want me to do one for that coming out, just sort of give it a little bit of a boost.
Yeah.
You saw me give away the tickets, that was sort of editorial, but really, if there's a little bit of money involved, I can probably give it a 9 out of 10 instead of 4 or something.
Rick, would you do that without having seen the film?
Yeah.
That's fine, because they wouldn't they could just tell you what was coming up, and then
if they said this, give us a good review and here's 20 quid.
Yeah.
If they go, there's no money in it, I'll probably give it a bad review.
Let's just
to be
try
honest.
that. Rick, can I just try that now? Because I mean, a lot of people listening won't be necessarily convinced. Lord of the Rings. Let's imagine I've paid you now to review the forthcoming film Lord of the Rings. What do you make of it?
This is a brilliant film.
Yep.
And even though it's all about wizards and that, and there's people in caves called gonads, with beards, probably Robbie Coltrane's in it, because he's in the other one at the moment. And it's all swords and stuff, and there's some magic, but it is actually the Lord of the Rings, not just like, you know, just one of them. He's the Lord of it, and he's excellent in it. So,
all right, mark out of 10?
9.
Again, very popular film for you. Karl? Less convinced by that one, maybe?
That doesn't sound as good as the other one.
Yeah? What, are you going to give it 7?
Still give it 9.
You still give it 9?
Excellent, because we split it. We split the money.
Okay.
Excellent.
Good.
This is the Eels. Sorry about that. That was a mistake. I know how shit that was, but it was too late to get it out of the CD player. It's Muse and Feeling Good. What do you think of that?
I'm not a fan of Muse, but I wasn't quite as venomous in my hatred.
Don't worry, we won't play that again.
Let's explain the situation in the studio. There's a certain frosty air now because we ended up playing Muse.
Yeah,
it was it was a mistake.
Yeah,
but it's not that bad.
Well, no, it's not. It's not as bad as Ricky thinks it. I admit it's not as bad as that, but I'm standing out of it because I'm not a fan of Muse. I wouldn't play Muse generally.
Well, I don't mind Muse generally, but I hate.
What, you like Muse normally? I hate Muse.
Well, I don't hate them.
Says the man who bought the Like Funky Ones album.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't play them on XFM.
I know, but Muse fits in. I mean, you're saying you want to play Radiohead.
So playing a Nina, doing a Nina Simone. Why don't we play Radiohead then? That's what I was saying.
We're playing Radiohead, but Muse is like Radiohead. There's not a big difference. Anyway, we're not going to argue.
There is a big difference. Phone in if you... What's the difference between Muse and Radiohead? What's the phone number?
What do you mean, what's the difference?
Well, yeah, let's have a competition. Let's see if people can tell the difference between Muse and Radiohead. Give the number out.
Can't be bothered.
Nor can I.
So it's left to me to keep the thing afloat.
Yeah.
That's never good news. I went to see the White Stripes this week, if anyone's interested. Anyone interested in that?
Go on, Steve.
White Stripes are absolutely amazing. I've heard all the hype. You know, I've not listened to the album. I went along to the gig, got a free ticket. Wasn't even £1 off. It was free, £10. I could have sold it outside the gig. I didn't. I went in, right? Couldn't take along a mate. XFM wouldn't let me. I went there on my own. You know, went in there. I have to say, I wasn't expecting much. They were amazing. They were absolutely amazing. I have to say this now. They were the best band I'd seen who I didn't know much about or whatever, like a new band. They were the best band I'd seen live since I saw a little band you might have heard of called Oasis for £5 at Coventry Poly.
Yeah?
Well, yeah.
It's a long name for a band.
And, it was amazing, and it's a brilliant band because it's just the two of them. Obviously, the girl on the drums, the guy playing the guitar. He's got a real kind of rock guitar skill. He really plays it up and down the long neck bit. I mean, I know all about the music and the terminology.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes he plays like kind of steel, with that steel pedal thing on his, not steel pedal, the finger thing, the kind of thimble thing that some guitarists wear. I believe it's called a guitar thimble, I believe is the name for it. And he plays that like old bluesman would play. He plays that sometimes.
Old bluesman.
Sometimes he's got like a little electric keyboard thing, or piano, as I believe some people call it.
So this isn't a review, this is listing the instruments.
all right. There's not many to get through, Rick. There's some drums and a guitar.
What colour microphones were they?
I'm glad you asked.
Were they SM58s?
Anyway, the point is this.
Go on.
With just those few simple instruments, they had this huge sound, a big rocky sound, quality, kind of bluesy punk with a little bit of an edge into it. It was amazing. I have to say, I was a huge fan. And so I thought we could play a bit of White Stripes, to sort of commemorate that excellent gig.
I saw a band once, right? There was a drummer, had all the drums, big one at the bottom. Two of the drums, once cymbals.
Yeah.
They were all mic'd up with different microphones coming down the loudy speaks. I was at the back, it was still, wow, I can hear everything on that. Electrical, really. And a guitar. And a bass.
Can I do a gig review every week, like you do your film review?
Good, yeah. Well, you just did.
Well, I'm about as well informed about music as you are about films.
Anyway, tell me, how do you choose the playlist? Feeder, Just Today. Now, because we're running out of time, because of that Muse shit we had to play, I think I'll say that's my feature. That PlayStation game sounds good.
Right.
Because that's the main music of the PlayStation 2 game, Gran Turismo.
Right.
So I could incorporate that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and I've still got to get in song for you've got to get in song for the ladies.
Yes.
At the end. Got anything else lined up?
Well, I mean, it's just that I've never seen you spiral into such despair after hearing Muse. I mean, fair enough, is that they're not a great band.
Well, obviously, we have to, there's a bit of a playlist we have to keep to, and we drop the records we don't like, right, and play the ones we do, and that's fine. And if I don't care for a track, I don't mention it. I don't usually slag off bands, and I know we've got to keep to a playlist. I don't know how they're chosen or anything, but, there's one thing I didn't want to play, it's Feeling Good.
Yeah.
And it was already lined up, and there was no time, so I was genuinely annoyed. Because I don't mind, like, playing stuff that I wouldn't actually choose myself, that's alright. But, we're not completely free played all the time. So the worst thing is I don't want to ever play Feeling Good again. I don't want to ever play Kashin again.
Kashin, I don't know what Kashin is.
I'm thinking of putting a ban on Gorillaz. Anything you like to ban?
Basement Jacks.
Basement Jacks. Oh, Where's Your Head At? We already dropped that.
Where's Your Head
We dropped that on purpose, didn't we? What else have we dropped today? That's what we saved people from. Do you know what I mean? Like playing 5 songs over and over again just because some record company wants it to be played. I mean, if I'm gonna play things I hate, pay me. You know what I mean? I'm willing to take bribes. Look, I've been sent some chocolates here by the lads out of Carter USM, right?
Are they still going?
Yeah, they got a gig at the Who's the Daddy Now tour, right? They're playing the Astoria at December the 14th. December the 14th.
Oh my God, it's worth going along just to see how few people will be there.
Well, see, I wouldn't play it, but they've sent me chocolates, so there's a plug. It's like, bribe me, not XFM.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some out of this, Steve.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure even I'd sink so low as to be bribed by Carter. I mean, I'm a man who tried to buy dodgy speakers on the street.
Steve, it's a Father Christmas with some jelly beans.
Is that from? Who's that from?
That's from the lads. Oh well, it's Who's the Daddy Now tour.
Okay.
And I've got some chocolate money.
Right, lovely.
Yeah. Some of it French.
Got anything there from the Senseless Things? Or the Wonder Stuff?
No, but we don't know. They know what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Carter was alright at the time. Carter was alright.
Carter?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you like Carter?
Not really, no. It's nonsense.
Well, I didn't like him singing about Dagenham all the time, whatever it was. No, what was it? New Cross. Yeah. But, some
good.
funny lyrics.
Anything else you want to get off your chest? What do you make of the war in Afghanistan?
Let's play some songs we like. What have you got lined up?
I've got the song for the ladies. That's coming up in a second.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, let's choose a song here and let's have a look.
Like this one here, Ricky.
What? Oh, Radiohead. Just. Brilliant.
Is this Muse?
Radiohead and Just. Off the Bends. No, that's a track.
It's been a roller coaster ride of emotions, this show.
Yeah.
It started off, there were some light-hearted anecdotes about you and animals.
Yeah.
It ended up with you sort of spiralling into despair.
Wow, that's what
a
track by Muse can do to a man.
Yeah, well, clearly.
Did I ever react?
But then maybe that's what makes them good. I mean, if music can, create those kind of passions in someone, maybe that's effective. I don't know.
Well, you've made me think again. I love Muse.
It's the punk approach, I suppose.
Yeah.
Anyway, Karl, thanks as ever for pressing the buttons and contributing.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Good job. Shame about the Muse.
He won't be getting a 9 for his movie next week.
Won't be getting
I think you before. Sorry, that's not 08700 08700 because I started again because I got I sort of fluffed slightly.
Yeah, go on.
08700 800 1234.
And when he says he fluffed slightly, that's not how he got into television.
Exactly. Ricky.Gervais@xfm.co.uk if you want to email the question, and only Karl can see the screen, so there's no cheating.
Probably people don't know what fluffing is, do they?
No, I don't think so, Rick. Karl, have you had a question?
What, already? Are we doing it now?
Should we do it now? I think we should just drip them in throughout the course of the show.
Yeah, you good one, dripping them in. Go on. Ask us a question.
I thought this was a good one. It's from Clive.
Go on in.
Clive? We've got a listener called Clive. Wow.
That's all right.
Who was the first James Bond?
Oh, is this film? I didn't know that.
No, but wait a minute,
I know this ambiguity because we've talked about it.
We've talked about this ambiguity before. You see, he might be deliberately embarrassing us because the old myth is that someone played it on radio that we all know and love. Yeah. Now, he should have specified, did he mean the film James Bond, the first film James Bond?
Can I just say, we won't count this one, because the definitive one, I've talked to Glyn about it as well, it's Dr. No was the first one of the team that we
Sean Connery. So Sean Connery's the first screen James Bond.
So we agree on that, even if we're both wrong. What did he say it is?
I bet he said it was Bob Holness who played him on radio in, like, the 1950s.
He didn't say the radio bit, but he said Bob Holness.
From Blockbusters.
Yeah.
And I was drawing a little Blockbuster thing.
That's really spooky.
That's weird, isn't it?
But the thing about that is I'm worried if it might be a myth. It may be a myth.
I don't think it is. It's that we can't.
1 point to me, then.
No.
Yes.
No.
Well, did you know it? Did you know it?
We talked about it.
No rubbish. Yeah, but if we talked about it, did I say it to you?
No, we agreed that it was Sean Connery because it just like we didn't count Casino Royale because you said it wasn't by the same team. And
but that wouldn't have been the first James Bond anyway because that came later in the series. No, Rick. No. Don't play the music.
No way.
That's clearly a point. You didn't know it was Bob Holness. He meant it was Bob Holness. I knew the answer. 1-0.
Well, fun-loving criminals, Scooby snacks. Anyway. It doesn't matter, because we both agreed once in a pub that the right answer is Sean Connery.
Yeah, but wait a minute, Rick, the point's not that. The man phoned in with a question, and the answer the man was after was Bob Holness.
Oh, okay.
And that's the answer
I'll tell you what, the answer I was after was me.
But that's nonsense. He's the question master, the man who phoned in. That's ludicrous. You to face the facts.
You can't say what number am I thinking of. It's got to be the real answer.
No, but I knew the answer he was after.
So brilliant.
Yes, because that's, even if he's got it wrong, it's such common parlance now that Bob Holness was the first James Bond that I knew the answer. Face the facts.
Right, give us another question, Karl.
Jeez.
Give us another question.
God, he's a bad loser, isn't he?
I had a good one here, but...
You've forgotten it?
Or...
I sort of scribbled it down.
This is brilliant, isn't it?
Hang on a minute.
We can edit this out, can't we? It's not live, is this?
It's only a piler.
This is going to look great when it comes out. Go on.
Which food...
Yeah.
Karl, you know making up the question.
No, it's just that I sort of took down the important bits.
But this is amazing. This is amazing radio. Go on.
Which food kind of doesn't make you fat?
Jeez.
What kind of a question is that?
Oh, this is...
No, it is proper.
I love it. Imagine this on the Weakest Link. What kind of food doesn't sort of make you... I mean, it doesn't make you fat.
Okay, do you want
Basically, no sort of calories in it.
Celery.
Water.
Well, I mean, what do you mean? Do you mean a vegetable?
No,
do you
mean you're right. Apparently,
it uses up more calories to bite it than...
Yeah, but wait a minute, Rick.
One all.
No, it's not 1-all because you're supposed to write it down.
You didn't know.
But you didn't... what do you mean I didn't know? You're supposed to write it down. That's the whole point. We're writing things down.
You said water! You said water!
But that's because I thought we weren't taking the question seriously because you didn't know what he's talking about.
1-all.
We got to set the rules. This is
bit too much like Portishead for my liking.
Was it?
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed it.
Beat a band. Well, that's because Portishead are from your neck of the woods, isn't it? Was it? Portishead, I think you'll find.
Yeah, I embarrassed myself.
Right, another question, quick. Is this question a real question with a definitive answer? Or is it like, what is my most comfortable chair?
I don't know why people aren't going to maybe like Trivia Pursuit or something, just getting a question off that and then...
Because they're a little bit more discerning than that, Steve.
Have you heard the questions? They don't know what they're talking about. This is stuff they've overheard in pubs.
Go on, ask it, Karl. I look at the Karl takes down and goes, what's that?
I know.
What am I meant to write? Go on then, ask this one.
Right, what sort... No. The Pope.
Yeah.
What semi-precious...
Sorry, Mrs. Robinson, we're going to have to let you go.
Yeah.
Go on.
You are the weakest link, Karl. Goodbye.
Yeah, go on.
The Pope.
Yeah, the Pope. Yeah, we've got the Pope. Yeah, that's not strictly a question.
He wears a...
He wears a Desmond's hat. He wears gore-blimey trousers. Yeah.
Does he live in a council flat?
Yeah, he lives in a council flat.
He wears a semi-precious stone. What's the stone?
The Pope wears a semi-precious stone. What is the stone?
You mean, what is it called?
Yeah.
What is it called?
What, is it got like a kind of papal name?
I think it's like, you know, is it a 18-carat one?
So we got to try and get the carat
yeah,
of the Pope's big diamond.
He calls it Dennis. He calls it Dennis the Stone. Do they want do they want the type of gem it is, like
or is
diamond,
there some kind
jade,
of papal name
ruby,
for it?
or do they want it like the Rosetta Stone, or
I don't know.
I can't actually play a record. Play 2 records.
Let's not.
Where's your head at? Basement Jack's. Right. Okay. Let's get this.
Have we knocked this on the head? Then it's not happening.
Oh, here he is. Look.
Here he is.
Come in. He's...
How have you...
Oh, God. I don't believe that.
Oh, that's pathetic.
I do not believe that.
That's absolutely pathetic.
Now, they won't believe this, will they?
No.
Right, if I say that Jonathan Ross just got his massive member out, and he is a big lad, come and sit down.
I've got your tickets, Mr. Gervais.
Thank you.
What's going on here, then? I mean, why are you dropping off tickets?
Well, because, you know, in the spirit of the Comedy Awards, we like to have the rising young stars of the British Comedy Awards.
That's right, and that's me.
Well, we couldn't find any this year, so we've asked Ricky whether he would sit in the rising young star seat, and I wanted to deliver the tickets personally, so there's no excuses if he doesn't turn up later.
Yeah.
I always suspected that you were sort of pretty well endowed.
Yeah.
And now we've seen. You know, it's on webcam.
That was just one of my cocks.
That's the one you're wearing today.
Did you?
Don't say that. No, we were in
This is meant to be the happening young station. What's going on?
No, you can't say stuff like that.
You can't.
Just careful what you say. Look at after Julian Clary. Take his illness and he comes back in a personalise.
10 years
and
in
that
the
happened
wilderness.
to you.
That's Jesus you're thinking of, isn't it?
Just because you're on everything at the moment.
I walked in here, and I came in here, and I thought, this is the young happening place, and what do I see in here? 3 old men sitting
What
there.
are you talking about? I'm only 28, 27.
You all you're wrecked. You all look wrecked. You're
Well, that's because we're always partying.
I was looking for some youngsters. Where's the youngsters? I wanted to see some tight leather pants. I wanted to see some foxy chicks hanging on you every word. What is it? It's a bunch of old blokes on a block up there washing up in a sink.
But look at him. He even dresses for radio. Look
This
at
is
him.
ludicrous.
It's amazing. Looks like you're
I love the fact you were on the phone to Gervais last night, weren't you? Asking his advice
Yeah.
on clothes. Look at him. He's going for the man down the DSS.
I like that look. That's a nice look.
Have you got a single pair of trousers that aren't elasticated at the waist?
They're maternity jeans, aren't they? They've got a whole panel that pulls
The
forward.
thing is, what I do at the end of the week, I can pop these in a pan and I can make a nice soup with all the food that's encrusted in
As
them.
his years as a homeless coming to the fore there.
Look at you,
But
one
why-
step away from Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen.
I'd like to be that bit closer.
But why are you dropping off tickets? Are you a little bit... Because I thought you were married and stuff. Why do you suddenly got this obsession with Gervais?
Because
I'm a bit rough, ain't I?
yeah, it's like when you see Dale Winton out with those rough boys. I'd like to get one of my own.
When a top celebrity in a lovely looking suit walks down the corridor with his penis out,
Yes.
Yeah.
I know that I'm still
You
attracted.
and me, it was Des O'Connor. It's like it's the passing on of the baton, if I may use that euphemism. and you've been battened.
But it's fantastic.
Well,
it
it's gonna be-
is a pleasure. I don't think I'm complacent just because I'm mixed with people like you. I still wake up and think, I don't believe it. I'm mates with Jono.
Can I just point out one thing?
Jono.
I was listening to the show last week, and I heard you, as always, revealing a little too much about yourself, if you don't mind me saying so.
Yeah.
Steve tried.
Not as much as you.
No, but that was just for the benefit of the room.
Yeah.
And talking about when you used to occasionally urinate in the sink.
Yeah.
I was possibly- when you were around my house last time, and I came in the kitchen, and you looked a bit shifty. No, please reassure me.
It was more ownership. That
Yeah.
I was like, I went to my territory, and then other people that come in, that go, has Gervais been round here? It's like just marking my territory.
Because my coffee the next morning had a hazelnut tang to it that I don't remember putting in.
Can I just say something? Because I mean, I used to, you know, mention to you, Gervais, when we first started getting involved in the business.
Yeah.
I should say, if there was one celebrity I'd like to be friends with, it's Jonathan Ross.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, Ricky's befriended Jonathan Ross. I'm nowhere to be seen.
But
Not
Ricky
invited
told me-
round.
Ricky told me that I could be his friend, providing I never extended the arm of friendship.
Right.
To you.
Yeah, if you ever.
I thought as much.
He tries to keep everyone else down he works with, from The Office, all the other shows. He
Yeah.
tries to keep them down. He
I
said,
didn't even want
I'm
you
number
coming in.
one.
I wanted
Yeah.
to meet you on the steps.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to tell him you were around. But you called. He went, who's that? And he saw your name come up and he went, well, can I meet him?
Well, you're coming tonight, aren't you?
This isn't Radio 2, by the way. These links are way too long. This is snappy radio. We have to play...
Yeah.
You might
The
be
kids have
Jonathan
lost
Ross,
interest.
But the kids want to hear Coldplay, Catatonia,
You know what I'd like? How about some more of that instantly forgettable hip-hop you play each week? One of those obscure hip-hop hooray. That's the worst feature on British radio. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Wait a minute, I've heard your quiz on Radio 2. You're having a laugh.
The hip-hop's had its day. You saw that one.
Put it away! Put it away!
I'm Karl.
Carl, how you doing?
I'm alright. Got a question for you.
Quiet man.
Got a question.
Yeah.
The Pope.
Yeah.
What semi-precious stone does the Pope wear?
It's easy.
Go on.
Topaz.
Is that the right answer?
I don't know, I might have wrote it down.
I'm really sorry, Jonathan.
It's not what he publicly admits to, but I have to know because I was hanging out with him at the Groucho one night, and he was saying, "Oh, look at this, look at this, look at that toe bench. Go and buy that. Look at that. Vatican City.
Look at that. We can make a nice ring out of that." He said.
Didn't go anywhere, but thanks for asking. I better go. I've got to go. I've got to go and buy some winkle pickers.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Enjoy it,
Stephen.
Yes.
Carl, I wish I could say it'd been a pleasure, but actually it was quite creepy.
See you later.
Question, please.
U2, Beautiful Day.
Yep.
Now, I was just saying that's probably one of my singles of the year, but was it this year or the year before?
Oh, crumbs, I don't know.
It was, I think, was it 2000, the album? It was the first one off the album. Maybe that could be a question. No, we need the answer, don't we?
We don't know the answer.
No, it's good.
Can I just ask, Jonathan Ross just came in there to drop off some tickets for the Comedy Award show that he's hosting later this evening.
Yeah.
Interesting, of course, a man who's 40 and still thinks it's funny to get his penis out.
It is,
I love that, because it's like, when's that novelty going to wear off?
74, 75, when it's just too horrible to show in public, I imagine.
But so he dropped off some tickets for you.
Yeah.
Was asking you fashion advice last night.
Yeah.
He came after a 3-hour radio show he's just done on Radio 2. Good show, by the way, worth tuning in. He came straight around here, dropped some tickets off for you. He's now got to go and rehearse that show.
A lovely man.
I was out with you last night.
Yeah.
Went into this pub, like, kind of, that we've been to a few times before. Went in there, and this guy came in and said, "Your usual table, Ricky?" Your usual table. Can I just ask you 2 questions, Godfather? One is, have we won a prize tonight?
I don't know. We genuinely don't know.
Can you have someone iced for me? It's ludicrous. What have you suddenly got over all these people that they're doing all this way? When have you suddenly become the daddy?
Well, I came from nowhere, and I've got Polaroids of the head of all the stations. Yeah, exactly.
Because what I'm worried about is that, like, when we're wrapped up in our winter coats, you're walking there in your little sort of, little black overcoat, and I must look like your hood. Do you know what I mean? Like your goon that walks with you. Twice as tall.
Very much like Edward G. Robinson.
Exactly, yeah. You are with the pug face, obviously.
Yeah, well, don't go on about it.
Sorry, that was a bit hard. All right, no, I don't know, you just about that.
We've not... Even Jonathan Ross couldn't save this show.
No.
It is the only A celebrity I know.
Yeah,
I'm all out of ideas. I thought we'd have a trivia game. That's rubbish, because he can't read.
All right.
Yeah, and that's what is it?
So are we knocking the trivia game on the
Yeah.
Let's have one final question.
What's the answer? I don't know.
For the Pope one.
I don't know.
We couldn't even figure out the question, Carl.
What's the stone?
Hang on a minute.
Just entertain yourselves at home while Carl looks for the question.
Anthurst.
Amethyst.
Amethyst.
Yeah.
Amthurst. No, she was the first woman MP, I think you'll find. Amthurst. Ruby or Diamondo.
So have you got maybe a final question?
That's still one on it. Okay, do a decider and then we knock this on the head.
Yeah.
Go on then.
What?
Who?
Have you not been practicing in all these? We've had ads, we've had music.
Oh, where? What?
Rick, I don't think we should call ITV later with this.
Maybe he was talking about Jonathan's inquiry about sartorial elegance tonight. What?
Yeah.
Maybe he's just like summed up that conversation in
What's
just
the most expensive pub in London? Ricky won't know because he never pays.
Hang on, wait a minute. What does that mean?
What does that mean? You want me to buy? I'll buy the pub. How much is that? It's £1 million, sir.
If you go in, according to the Time Out Guide 2001, if you went in there and bought a big round, it's a day pub.
It's an expensive pub.
Imagine this on Millionaire. Imagine that question on Mastermind.
It's all too vague.
I know, your specialised subject, how much things are in that, and whether they make you fat when you eat them, then.
It's in London.
Is this like some guy went in the pub last night and thought, this is a bit pricey? This is the most expensive pub I've ever been in.
I'm going to expose them on Ricky and Steve's show.
But does it mean, like, maybe is it a pub or a club, maybe, where you've got to be a member?
No, it's a pub. I'll narrow it down. It's in Covent Garden.
Punch and Judy.
That's it.
Has he got it right?
Yeah.
Well, I have to hand it to you. Well done.
Yeah.
So
brilliant.
So who was that? Who was that question from? Because maybe they should get these 3 CDs.
Let's give them that.
Who is it, Carl?
There's no way of verifying that. That's probably libelous. They've probably made
the Time Out Guide.
Okay. All right.
Carl, who was it?
What are you moaning for? You got it right.
Yeah, I won. Yeah.
Carl,
I won.
Carl, who was it that won? Well, listen, they know, so they've won.
Yeah. Right.
This is genius radio. This is brilliant.
I tell you what's letting us down? Him.
I know.
KP the P-Man. When he was just here to press buttons and it was cool. Now we let him on the air because we thought it was funny. We quite like him. He's digging a grave for us. Right, listen, this is a new feature I've introduced called Songs I'd Like to Play on the radio. And
oh, this is falling apart.
And a friend of mine sent me a little CD of little treats and stuff. One of them is this track. It's called Monkey Man. It's on a track called Monkey Man. That's from a double CD, not available in the shops. My friend Dave G made a compilation for me, burned it onto CD using modern technology. That's one of the tracks on there.
What's his name? What's his name?
Dave Greenwood, obviously breaking several copyright laws
Exactly.
there. I would not encourage anyone to make copies of anything for anyone. It's breaking
His
the law.
name again, if the police are listening?
Dave Greenwood lives in Nottingham. I can give details.
How dare he do that for you?
It sickens me, Rick.
He's making you receive, you know...
stolen goods, and there's various artists on there who've barely got a penny, who are losing money hand over fist. The Rolling Stones, for instance.
Yeah,
the
and
Doors.
XFM have done that as well, played it off, you know, and that's terrible. Now we've implicated those as well.
XFM are culpable, so is Dave G. Thankfully not us, Rick.
No.
We're just middlemen caught up in it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mr. Biggs behind this.
There's always
and
Mr.
we're
Biggs.
just pawns in his game.
And, so that's, I'll be playing another track from that later on.
I've got a lovely couple of little tracks on my hip-hop selection.
Looking forward to it.
Is
Can I just ask, Rick, did you get a little gift here from XFM?
I did. I got a lovely little voucher here. It was very nice.
Yeah, very thoughtful. I've also got one. How much is yours for?
£25.
To spend at John Lewis or Waitrose. A little kind of gift voucher there.
I think I'll do Waitrose, because food, you can get a good lot of food for 25 quid.
Absolutely right.
You can't get a lot of, like, haberdashery for 25 quid. So I'll be going for the food option.
The thing about the gift voucher, a lot of people will I'm sure receiving these over the Christmas period. The thing about the gift voucher is it's like here's £25, but I've limited where you can spend it.
It's like they don't want to give money because that's go. Say this is like money, but not as versatile.
Exactly. You can't spend it in as many places. But the thing is that surely the thing about a gift is, you know, you don't want people to know how much it was.
Unless you're letting them make their ideas up for next year.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? If an aunt gives you, like, you know, a single, like a step single, and you've given her 25 quid at the body shop, you're saying, you know how much that single costs.
Exactly.
So do I. I'm not going to say, right?
Yeah.
Let's make up the difference next year,
Exactly.
aren't we? You know what I mean? Let's spend 50 quid on me next year.
Yeah.
Do you know how much he got?
How much did you get? Did you get a gift voucher as well?
Yeah, but I work here all week.
Right. How much do you get?
150.
150 quid?
Yeah.
What, in gift vouchers?
Yeah.
To spend at the same places?
Mm.
I'd have to say, though, I mean, it's not a very inventive gift, is it?
It's
Whoever
a
came up
lovely
with
thought,
it. It's a lovely thought. It's wonderful to have £25 that I can only spend in 2 places I never go in. But, no, I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth.
Any
I'm not
ungrateful, anyway.
looking a gift horse in the mouth. It is a treat.
He spoke to Jonathan Ross like he was a normal person.
From someone whose dad buys him a spade for Christmas, I thought you'd be grateful.
My only thought is that John Lewis and Waitrose, I mean, it's not very rock and roll. It's not very XFM, is it?
No,
I mean, a tattoo parlour, maybe, you know, and a bike shop.
Piercing, I might get my face pierced. Just a big bolt through my head.
But I mean, they're aren't they a little bit like The Man? Aren't they a little bit mainstream?
Yeah.
Hey?
What would Billy say about this? Oh, play a record, and don't make it a square record. Something on an indie label or something. Or something that hasn't been even recorded.
Yeah, that can't even become available ever.
Yeah, I don't know what instruments they're playing.
Oh, not the guitar.
Sum 41. In Too Deep. All right, Steve?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time.
Eh?
Hasn't it?
What has?
That seemed a long time, well, that music we've
Yes,
played.
no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's annoying, actually, that Karl never went to the email, because the questions have been sent in there. Good questions, and they've all been sort of neatly spat out with the correct answer. For instance, I might have asked you this, if I was the quizmaster, Rick. How many noses do slugs have?
Oh, I think it's 4.
It is 4?
Yeah.
Point to you there. Let me just see if I can find another one. Who, according to the current issue of Viz, is a cycloptic pop temptress?
Oh, don't know. Is it a pun on her having one eye and sounding like...
Cycloptic is the clue. There's only one pop temptress.
Oh, it's, Gabrielle.
Of course. Yeah. 2 points.
Mine are better, he didn't get them. These are rubbish.
Have you ever watched a quiz show?
Because I can understand the question. They're rubbish, I suppose, aren't they? That gives me a chance to know what the answer is required. Go on.
Let me see if I can find another one for you. No, you're never going to get that one. That's too hard.
Oh no, that just
teases you more, isn't it? What's the name of? No, that's boring. That one. Sorry, it's beginning to fall apart again now. Here we are. What's the proper name for Big Ben?
Is it St Stephen's Tower?
You know, it absolutely is. That's 3 out of 3. That's fantastic.
Yeah, because the bell named after something like Benjamin so and so works in it. It's St Stephen's Tower, and that's the big bell.
It's actually, in a weird way, I didn't know any of those. So it's actually quite good that we did kind of balls it up with Karl, because otherwise there'd have been egg on my face.
Yeah, but I still won. I just won less.
Oh, did you? Yeah, you did win. Yeah. I've already forgotten. I already wiped that out of my memory.
Yeah, but hey, Steve, it's not me that's the real winner. It's Neil, who asked that question
about pubs.
And he's got those 3 CDs. Just tell him what they are again. Just
Feeder, Echo Park, a compilation called Reloaded 3, lots of great stuff on there, and the Essential Bob Dylan 2 CD.
Have you called him and told him?
No, not yet.
This is such a shambles, isn't it? Because what if he goes out or something?
Actually, if he's listening, can he give us a call?
That is so lazy.
Can't we call him like Tarrant would?
I would have had his number.
You've not got his number?
I forgot.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
I said get the numbers, Karl.
I wanted to go for the Pope one.
Karl, do you actually work here in the week? Or, like, did you just, you know, like in a film when they knock someone on the head, put on the spacesuit and go to the moon?
Is it like Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox? You actually work in the post room, but Saturdays there's no one around that recognises you.
So you pretend that you're a producer?
Yeah.
Because you don't seem to know any of the rules.
Because I reckon that name's made up.
When did I say a producer? When did I say I was?
Karl Pilkington is a name that you'd come up with on the spot.
No, he doesn't work. No, he's not a producer. He says he works in sound.
He works
That's what
in
he says.
sound.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Work with this. This is my song for the lovers. It's a beautiful track. I've played it before. I'll play it again. It's one of my favourite tracks of all time. It's Bob Dylan. If You See Her, Say Hello. Here's a little bit of trivia for her. This is the last song I ever played on the old XFM before they came in and said, "Okay, you can go now."
That's incredible.
Isn't it?
Bringing tears to my eyes.
Lovely. She might be in Tangiers. I mean, he's having a go.
If you're going to go to Tangiers on the off chance to try and find her, I wouldn't bother.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, you know, he's
certainly if you're going to be there, then
he's desperate. He's desperate. He's going, well, she might be in Tangiers. Have you checked upstairs? She's definitely not upstairs. Just have a look. Well, anyway, that was Song for the Lovers. But because I'm so excited about having such great prizes to give away for the first time, some albums that Karl found, we've got the lucky winner on the line. Hi, Neil. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Ricky.
Hi, you're a winner with XFM.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Do you like Feeder? They're a good group, aren't they?
Feeder, well, yeah, the kids seem to like them.
They do. The kids like them, and then Bob Dylan. He's a great, lovely bloke with a guitar, isn't he?
You're working hard, aren't you?
I'm fed up with this, mate. Really, honestly, I just don't know what else to do. I come in every week. I try and do. Yeah.
You have to write a new series of The Office. That's what you have to do.
I'm trying, but I've got voiceover work now, so there's more money in that, you know.
You're everywhere.
Yeah.
Woolies adverts.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't mention that shit on the radio.
No, it's all right.
So, Neil, Steve Merchant here. Will you be looking forward to receiving these albums? You've got Feeder, Echo Park, Bob Dylan album, the best of, and a compilation. You looking forward to them?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, it's going to really lift my Christmas. I'm not going to get to go home this year, so that's going to make up for it, I'm sure.
Neil, what of those three? Which one will you be putting on first?
I think Feeder, Echo Park, because the kids seem to like it.
Okay.
Excellent. Thanks very much,
What will you be doing for the rest of the weekend? Are you going to be chilling out?
I'm chilling, man. I'm freezing. I'm playing golf right now.
That's madness.
It's very cold out here.
What's your handicap?
What's my handicap? My short game's terrible, but...
Right, yeah. You're going to be watching the National Comedy Awards this evening. I hear that The Office is nominated.
Ah, you guys are the shoe-in.
Sorry?
You're a shoe-in. It's yours.
Thank you. I don't know what a shoe-in is, but I'd like to go to one.
I think it means, like, foot in the door.
Lovely.
Yeah, not foot in the door. It's like, it's yours. Your name's already on it.
Oh, really?
Wow.
I would think so, yeah. Well, why would Ross stop around?
I don't think he makes the decisions.
Neil, thanks very much for calling. Those prizes are going to be winging their way to you.
We're just like real DJs, aren't we, Neil? Just say we're just like real DJs, and we'll leave you alone.
You guys are just like real DJs.
Enjoy your game.
Cheers, bye. Step on my old size 9 Stereophonics.
Absolutely.
Well, talking to Neil, it all brought it home. You know, maybe I should give it a little bit back.
Yeah, you've had a good year.
I'm hanging out with Jonathan Ross.
Exactly.
I'm doing ads, right? But I care. I'm still in touch. You know what I mean? I'm still down with it, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, it's coming up to the time of year where we should, you know, care about people less fortunate than us. And what I've done, I've recorded a Christmas single.
That's beautiful.
And all proceeds are going, you know, to, you know, little sick people and that. And
are there going to be any proceeds?
There's going to be not a sausage.
Right.
So I'm safe.
But I'll tell you this, I was thinking actually, I was listening this morning, and you go in, doing some Christmas shopping, you go in the shops, and there's always, you know, Walking in a Winter Wonderland, and all those songs. You know, no one writes those sort of things anymore.
No. Well, you're wrong, Steve.
Really?
Listen to this.
What's it called?
Don't Cry, It's Christmas.
Let's hear it.
Don't cry, my baby. Santa's coming soon. Though you ain't got a mommy or daddy, Santa still loves reindeer to trample down the gloom. So don't cry, my baby. Santa gonna make it soon. Don't cry, my baby. Santa's feeling kind, though you know you never see him. He's not just in your mind, and it's not that he's invisible. It's because you're going blind. So don't cry, It's Christmas, Santa's still on time. Don't cry, my baby, Santa's on his way. You know he's got 6 billion children, and he's only got one day. You've got slightly less than that. If I were you, I'd pray, so don't cry. It's Christmas, you're nearly 10, it's a little gay.
Do you know, as far as I'm concerned, it's already become a standard. One of the classics.
Thanks. There's a star. Ash.
Good.
It's a great show so far, isn't it?
Enjoying it, Rick, but I'll tell you this, what worries me is something we've not done, which is what we've not taken on board some stuff I've heard from the management. They've said they've enjoyed the kind of light-hearted flippery, in the past on the show, and, the likes of Jonathan Ross getting their knobs out.
Yeah.
But they just feel that sometimes it's a little bit cheap. Rick, a little bit crass, and they just want us to perhaps be a little bit more highbrow at times, a little bit more thoughtful. Well, you're a smart guy.
I am, yeah. Well, I've proved that with Clugs having 4 noses at Stephen's Tower.
Can I ask you, Rick, about politics?
What do you want to know? What do you want to know? Because I am a political person.
I thought as much.
Go on.
What on the politics? What do you make of who to vote for?
Vote for the government, whoever's in the government.
Yeah.
That's
the
it.
Liberals ever?
No, not if they're not in government. No,
okay.
Don't.
What about the foot and mouth, which a lot of people are worried about?
Don't worry about it.
No?
No.
Recession is hit, and a lot of people are losing their jobs. What should they do about it?
Get another one.
Get another job?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, this is, I mean, you can have this for free. If you do lose your job or something, get another one, but get one that's even better than the one you lost.
Right. Okay, good advice.
Yeah.
Maybe if you were just like kind of the post boy before, like Karl.
Get in charge of the company, get a manager's job.
Right, become director general or something.
More money.
Good.
And don't lose that one.
Okay. And, what else is concerning people? No, we get calls all the time, Rick, to the station. People saying, I'm worried about the war in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
What do you make of the war? Is it one of your favourites?
Well, no. My favourite, all war's bad. My favourite.
I'm putting you on the spot here. What is your favourite? Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it? The Falklands War?
It was a range war.
What does that mean?
Do you know what that means, Karl?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember drawing pictures at school and that.
Yeah, it means that our missiles could go sort of 17 kilometres, and the Argies only had missiles that go like, 9 kilometres. So we just parked our boats about 12, 13 kilometres off it, and we were shelling them. Shelling it out of there, right? And theirs were falling in the water.
Yeah.
So it's the war equivalent of holding a midget at arm's length.
Right, and he's trying to punch you.
And he can't reach, and you're just kicking him in the balls at will. That was,
Rick, a lot of people talk about WW1 as being the Great War. Was it a great war for you?
No, it was a good war. It wasn't a great war.
Right. What's the problem for you?
Well, I liked the bayonets and the trenches and all that stuff, but I could have done without the poetry.
Right.
Only because the poetry's a little bit bent.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is the only time that it isn't bent in a war. But, there's beautiful, but there's one now I remember, it goes, we are the dead, once we lived, felt dawn on our face, but now we lie in Flanders fields. Be honest, if you'd have had a gun in your hand instead of a pen, you might be alive
you
today.
would be dead,
and the war would have been over by Christmas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
High five.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's
losers.
Politics, Karl.
Any other questions, Karl, you want solved? Any high
economics,
foodies?
I've done economics.
Because, yes, the economical.
Anything else?
I just think you should look after yourself. You know what I mean?
Karl, I've just got something to say to you. Hip-hop, hooray!
Hey.
Let's play my hip-hop track.
Whoa. Hey.
Put your hands in the air.
Yay.
Move them round like you just don't care.
Yeah, you're not even bothered.
I'm playing an old school track this week, Rick. I'm
Excellent.
going back in time, rewinding the track.
How are you spelling school, Steve?
Oh, with a K.
Go on.
Ever heard of anything by Digital Underground? The Humpty Dance, you might
The
remember.
Humpty Dance.
Do you remember that?
That was a fellow sat on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was getting dissed by the police, and he fell, and he broke all up, and the King's horses shouldn't have really been sent to repair an egg. They couldn't do it because of their hooves.
Anyway, Digital Underground, for those that don't remember, was an Oakland group led by Shock G and Chopmaster J.
Go on.
But of course, most famous now for the fact that they featured Tupac Shakur.
Love him.
Where he first began. You'll hear him on this track. It's called, which one have I chosen here? I think it's called The Same Song. Have a listen. Scared the fact that I'm down with it, the homers and the bitches and the hoes.
Yeah.
Because he's not with that, you know? He looks dapper. If they saw him in the street walking down like a ponce, they'd just laugh and jeer, but probably rhythmically.
Yeah,
you know, and he couldn't come back at anything.
And you'd be high-fiving and
everything. They'd be loving me.
I think he was intimidated by your style. I think he's jealous of you, to be honest.
Do you know, I think what he's probably most jealous of is the looks.
Yeah, I think
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I got the new haircut because we might be on the telly later.
He didn't mention that, did he?
Did he? Well, he's never seen the old one. You've kept him from me. He's got nothing to compare it with.
But that was a great hip-hop selection there.
Yeah, lovely.
Even though I say so yourself.
Rick, we've had a couple of people, because they've listened to your dissection of current politics and economicals.
Yeah.
And they've got a couple of questions for you.
Go on.
We've had one from Jimmy Ruffin. He says, what becomes of the broken-hearted?
Oh dear. That is a difficult one. I don't think I've got time to go into that because it's a very delicate problem.
Can you answer this one from the KLF? What time is love? Any ideas? Listen, keep those questions coming in for Ricky Gervais. You may be able to sort them out later. Have we got a song to play, Karl? Let's whack it on. Still to come, the song for the day.
It's not the end of the world. Super furry animals.
Absolutely beautiful.
XFM 104.9.
Rick, you going to do your film review for us? We've got time for it, I think.
I'm not, no.
Why not?
I'm not going to do it anymore.
You're not going to do it anymore?
No.
You love it, don't you?
No, it's great, and I just think it's time. You know, I did a dozen, but I did all the films that I would give like 9 or 10 out of 10 for. I don't want to drop the standards.
Right.
I don't want to start doing films that are 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
That's where a lot of film reviewers go wrong.
Yeah, Ross being one of them.
Yeah, I've seen them go, oh, this is worth 7. Don't do it then.
Yeah.
If it's no good, don't do it.
Know it yourself.
No.
Sure. So no more film reviews?
No.
Oh.
Until a great film comes out.
Sure, okay.
Like Braveheart 2 or something.
Yeah.
Which would be, 9 now.
Quite uneventful.
Yeah.
I'd have thought.
Yeah. So 9 for that. In advance.
Rick, it's almost the end of the show, and still got time for the song for the ladies.
I can't wait.
Karl won't be here next week.
Oh, where's going?
Where are you heading, Karl? Going away for Christmas? Tell us.
What? It's a secret. What you want?
Well, in case your fans try and track you down.
What? Are you going taking pictures of planes in Greece? What?
Political?
Rob your house.
Satirical, Steve. Satirical.
Where are you going? What are you doing?
If I tell you what. If I was caught in a foreign country and the government got said, no, it's okay, they were train spotting or plane spotting, I go, no, I am a spy.
Exactly.
No, I am a spy. No, it's all right, you were train spotting. I wasn't spying, please.
I saw you at the Doctor Who convention as well.
No, probably an assassin or something, I think. Yeah. I'm probably an assassin.
Karl, where are you going, mate? Tell us, come on, we haven't got time.
To say when... What's it here?
What?
People rob your house if...
Yeah, we didn't say tell us your address, tell us where you leave the key, and then tell us you're going on holiday. We said where you going on holiday.
Barbados.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh, showing off.
Yeah.
Boasting.
I'll tell you what, Steve, what I'd like to see, and a lot of the listeners right there too, pop round there now, touch him for Christmas.
Shall I touch him for Christmas?
Touch him any way you like for Christmas.
Can I just introduce the song for the ladies before?
Well, love him for Christmas, though.
Can I just say
yes,
what
but
the song
as long as you love and touch him.
We're going to leave you with the excellent Tim Buckley, of course, father of Jeff.
I'm just going to be watching, but love him. Look at his little face.
Also on that CD that my friend Dave sent me earlier, so if you don't like it, blame him. While he's been arrested by the copyright police. And it's called Buzz in Fly. Let me touch you, Karl.
Don't, Steve.
Go on.
A man for Christmas.
I'm not going
to
touch
a man.
Licking
a man for Christmas.
Look
in touch with your family inside of you.
You can do it to the power
exactly. Nothing ever happens.
Yeah, okay, shame. And I'm a fat little ugly fella like Reg Varney.
Well, there are lots of people there that you don't like, and you you could go up to afterwards and almost like metaphorically flip the bird.
What's that mean?
Last week, flip the bird.
You dirty
middle finger.
And see, I'm married. Steve's single.
No, what are you talking about? Well, there are lots of people there.
I thought it was a euphemism.
Who you haven't got on with in the past, and then they're all being really nice to you. What I'm talking about.
We get on with everyone, don't we?
What does flip the bird mean? What does flip the bird
means? You got that hipster thing.
The finger. Give him the finger.
Yeah, but I thought there was a dirty metaphor.
No.
You're always thinking this.
Don't bring me down to your level till at least 5 minutes. All right. Coming up after the break, we've got Steve and Ricky and lovely Claire. We're driving their desk. Right, Claire?
Hello.
Don't bend over like that, Claire. Put a longer top on or something. You're right, boys. You're very studious there.
We are. We're working hard on the show.
Just working out what we're going to play. What order?
I love the way you even live the pretense.
What about some Foo Fighters mixed with the Strokes, Ricky?
I wouldn't mind a bit of Strokes or New Order. What should we kick in with?
Undecided yet, Rick. Probably got some ads to help us decide.
That dilemma will be revealed in just under 4 minutes. Stick around.
Merry Christmas, Dermot.
New Order and Crystal on XFM 104.9. Now listen to Ricky Gervais, so obviously.
With Steve Merchant.
Yeah.
Well, they like to know. They like to know if I'm here.
They don't like to know.
The fans do.
Yeah. Now, that was one of my favourite singles of the year.
Yeah, it's a good song.
And that's what we're going to be doing in this programme.
We are going to be playing some of our favourite songs from the year, Rick. That's absolutely true.
We're also going to be playing some songs that maybe we don't like.
Exactly.
Just for the hell of it.
Yeah, because we're crazy guys.
Yeah.
We never know what's going to happen next.
No, we don't.
Guess who's pressing the buttons,
We genuinely don't.
Well, you know who's pressing the buttons. You can see her, but
That's
the
why
audience
we don't know what's going to happen next.
It's Sturgis.
We've got Sturgis in.
Claire Sturgis. XFM's Claire Sturgis.
Yeah. Yeah.
She stayed off it for just a day.
She's not. No, she's just.
She's clean for a day.
You're on methadone or what? You on?
No, I'm clean now.
You can actually clean. Oh,
Yeah,
well done.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done. Congratulations.
Well done.
Yeah.
That's
For
great,
clean
yeah.
for Christmas.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
You're still thieving though, aren't you?
Still a thieving.
Just
Can't
can't
lose
have
the
it.
thieving.
But at least the money now goes on like 40 pence as opposed to a little £5 starter pack.
It's lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's sweet.
Right, okay.
It's nice to
It's
see a
nice,
little
it's nice,
little
yeah.
miracle for Christmas, Rick. It's beautiful.
It's lovely, yeah.
Yeah, I'm already in
Oh.
the Christmas mood. Are you in the Christmas mood?
The thing is, right, what she's still got left over from it, and these are the scars and the reminders of your smackhead thieving days. Are those little homemade tattoos on her face?
Exactly.
That
Exactly.
she did with a pin.
Yeah,
and
she looks
some-
like Seal.
and some quink.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, Merry Christmas to you, Claire.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Merry
It's
Christmas.
great.
You're still living in the projects.
Yeah, it is one of those little
She's still
miracles.
keeping it real.
She's
It's
like
wonderful.
little Tiny Tim.
I tell you what, she's a bit like Jesus Christ.
In a way, yeah.
In a
That's
way.
blasphemous. Please play a record player.
Linkin Park and one of their songs. Gervais, quick, come on, mate. He's coming back from the kitchen with a couple of cups of tea. It's like he's won an award. He doesn't care now. I'll turn up if I want to. Maybe we should do a twin spin, Sturgis.
Do you want another
Yeah,
record?
play something,
Okay.
play something.
Here you are then.
Paul Weller. The changing man. The mod father.
That's true enough.
As they call him.
Absolutely.
See, now, you told the listeners that I was just too big to be here because I'd won some award.
Yes.
I was actually making the tea for all of us, wasn't I?
It's awful, this tea.
That's not the point. I shouldn't be making tea, a man in my position. And yeah,
You're right, you shouldn't be making tea. It's just awful. How do you actually go about the tea? You understand how a cup of tea is made,
but
you've got to put a tea bag in there.
No, but this is weird, right? Because I actually can't make a good cup of tea or coffee, and it's strange. It must be something metaphysical. I put all the right ingredients in, just like everyone else does, and I boil the kettle and everything. But people do go, "That this
Can I
is
tell you where
rubbish."
you're going wrong?
Go on.
Laziness.
Why?
Because you literally don't leave the tea bag in long enough. You literally dunk it in there and throw it away.
I was trying to get back in time because
No,
I got
you
a
were.
show.
I saw you talking with Dermot O'Diddley, so don't give me that. And I've been round to your house before. There's been times, Sturgis, when I've tasted the tea and it tastes like washing up liquid. And I've said, what happened? And he went, there were some bubbles in there, yeah.
Well,
could you not have rinsed it out with some water first?
Well,
No,
yeah, but I resent having to make tea.
Yeah, but don't teach me a lesson. Don't offer someone a cup of tea and then think, I'll teach them a lesson. They won't be asking for tea again.
When it usually works. But, yeah.
I've had to go and get an extra tea bag and dunk it in here. It's ludicrous.
I know. It's mad, isn't
It's
it?
pathetic. Anyway, it's Christmas. Let's not disrespect each other. Let's be cheery.
Yeah.
Can I tell Sturgis what you got your family for Christmas last year? I just remembered when I was outside.
Please.
It was a joy because Gervais is a generous man, and he's a thoughtful man, and he's got a lot of brothers and sisters and a lot of nephews and nieces and stuff.
Well, I've got about 20 people to get
you've got
presents for.
exactly. So it's a tricky business. That's why I think you got him £200 worth of lottery scratch cards.
I had about a minute. I was getting a lift down to Reading, and it was my mate Jimmy, and I went, hold on, I just got to get the presents, and I ran into the 7-Eleven opposite me and got the scratch cards.
That's amazing. It's such a working class Jippo gift, isn't it?
But did any of them work? Anyone win anything?
Yeah. I mean, some people were down. That was a present. Hard luck. That's the risk you take when you accept this present. Some people were up £70. So they had a great Christmas.
Let's bear in mind that there's like some children who are like 7 or 8, scratching off scratch cards. They got to be 18 to claim them. And just the rest of your family sort of, I can imagine, just wrestling them off. You can't claim it anyway. It's not off.
No, have I won? No. No, you haven't. No.
But I've got 3 dumbbells.
It's 3 the same. You don't get anything for that. Not in this game. Unlucky.
Are you going to do that again this year?
Maybe, yeah. Mercury Rev, The Dark is Rising. That sounds a bit like a tribute to Neil Young.
Beautiful. I thought it was wonderful.
It was
song.
lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
No, they're great, Mercury Rev.
We're going to play some lovely records
there'll be
today.
some beautiful songs today,
Steve. All right?
That's true. What did you call me then?
Steve.
Did you call me something else before? No, I don't know. I didn't hear. I got paranoid. Christmas. We were talking about Christmas.
Yeah.
Gifts. What's wrong now?
I don't know what that meant.
What?
Were you having a go at me because I went on Jonathan Ross show?
No. I thought you'd said something. You'd said my name by mistake. You'd said someone else's name when you were talking to me.
Oh, right.
But I didn't hear that. So when I heard you just go Steve, I thought you were correcting a mistake you hadn't made.
No.
Exactly.
No. Oh, okay. All right.
You see? Blunder.
What did you call me?
Fatty.
Good. Right. We're talking about Christmas,
yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Well, it is
because it's just the
it?
fact that
it's the right time of year to talk about it. To be honest, it's topical. So let's carry on. Go on, shoot.
Well, I just wondered if your Christmas gift buying had always been as thoughtful as it is. Recent years.
Oh well, no, that was actually, even though it was thought pretty lazy and thoughtless, it was quite generous in a sense, financially. Sure. But I remember, oh God. Now, even though I sort of come from a working class family, my dad was, a labourer, and my mum was like a housewife, but I was spoiled at Christmas. I didn't have like pocket money or gifts and that, but she'd get out of a catalogue and pay for it for the rest of the year, so I did have great presents.
Yeah.
And because I had older brothers and sisters, they were earning, so I had good presents. And it was okay for me to, give them nothing or do a card or something rubbish. But then I remember one year when I just suddenly realised I was too old to be doing this. It was like, in Jaws when it pulls focus.
Yeah,
and you go, oh my God. And I just realised that's the worst present you've ever... I think it was about 12 or 13. And I remember it now. My sister had got me a Cat Stevens album.
Great.
I think a Birdhouse, and like a quiz book or something. Yeah. And it was my turn to give her a present. And it was a bottle of shampoo that I'd found in the bathroom and wrapped up. It's a big jumbo, one of those Tesco's,
Had it not already been used?
No, I don't think so. Mum had bought it,
You just topped it up with water, wrapped it up?
I just gave it to her and she went, oh, thanks. I thought, oh, God, that's rubbish.
That's really bad.
It's rubbish, isn't it?
That's really bad.
I know, yeah.
I remember one year, I really wanted a Scalextric. I was going, what Scalextric? And my mum was going, no, you'll just get bored of it. I know what you're like. You'll get bored of it and we'll have spent all that money and you'll be bored. I was going, no, I won't. I love it. I'll play with it forever. And, and she was going, no, you won't. And I was going, I will. I love it. And so she bought me Scalextrics and I unwrapped it. And I was using it. I was bored instantly. Yeah. But I didn't tell her. I pretended I loved it. And I'd always be playing it monotonously, hating it.
I know.
But I'm loving this, Mum. It's absolutely brilliant. You were wrong. You were so wrong. I'm loving it.
I know. Things with Scalextrics, I think it was great at the time, but I think it was an XFM party actually years ago when they got Scalextrics, and like loads of us think, oh yeah, I used to love it. Rubbish.
Yeah, really. Rubbish.
It's tiny.
Yeah.
It's about 2 foot long. Yeah. You go put it back on, Dave. Yeah. There
exactly.
You go. Can you put it back on?
Exactly. You want it to at least kind of change into a robot. Or kind of come off and just drive round the course.
These days it's all virtual, Steve.
That's true.
Isn't it? In your mind.
Well, we all take a pill, don't we, Rick? And then we're in some kind of fantasy world.
I am Ayrton Senna for a little while.
And what about those bloody computer games? No one's reading a book anymore, are they?
What's a tree? Download. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to play a song now. I think I've dissed U2 for about 15 years, but I got them wrong, and I'm going to play a lovely track off the latest album. It's the last track on the album, Ground Beneath Her Feet. It's from All You Can't Leave Behind.
Beautiful.
And I think it's one of their greatest works. Live Forever, Oasis. Still good, that one.
It is very good.
That's 1993, 94.
It's mad, isn't it?
Long time ago, eh?
Crazy.
Core. All those years ago, when they were setting out. They were great, and they'd
yeah, before they became embarrassing.
Well, they can still come back.
They could still come back.
Their last album's not as good as their first 1 and 2, and who knows, Steve?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
It's been a good year for hip hop, Rick. Can I surprise you? I've gone off hip hop of recent years, but I've been charmed this year by Bubba Sparks' album. I thought it was fun. I think De La Soul had an album this year, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, they did.
That was good. Very good. I didn't mind the Jay-Z album.
See, I liked a couple of tracks.
Yeah, it's all right on there. I actually quite liked. There's a new Outkast compilation that I don't know if it's out yet, or maybe it's just going to come out.
I was disappointed by the album. I bought it on the.
Well, Rick, can I surprise? There's a new little compilation.
I like the little owl. I like the owl and the cat and the dog.
The new little compilation, Rick, has lots of tracks from their previous albums and other singles, and it's a good little dynamite buy. Maybe something for the new year in the sales.
Just going to make a note of that. I'm going to buy that on the way home.
Do it. But the album that I was particularly charmed by, Princess Superstar Is. Well, now a lot of people have been dismissing her as a bit of a novelty sort of rapper.
They said the same about Timmy Mallet, so don't listen to them. Don't listen to them.
That's what I'm saying. So another track we played a while back, Untouchable Part 2, which was dynamite. And this is another track. I think this was a single. It's called Bad Babysitter. She raps very quickly, but listen carefully because the lyrics are fun. Into the perfume, like, any watches.
I love the idea that they saw you go, no, do I watch? And they go, no.
I know.
Why? It's a bad advertisement, mate. If people see you walking around with this, it's not good for trade. What? How dare you? Send me one of those stolen watches. Can't do it, mate. More than my job's worth. 10 Benson. Black Snow. It's a great tune.
Good song,
I love it. It's sort of punky, but it's got more in common with stuff like Steppenwolf and
My
Bad
only worry
Company.
is that are they like sort of 18-year-olds who, like Gomez, are trying to sound like they've kind of had a rough, hard-living life?
No.
They are old 40-somethings.
Well, no, they're not. They're sort of, but they're dirty.
Yeah, good. Do you notice that Steve Taylor, the man with the knowledge, just popped in there to bid us Merry Christmas? Yeah. And I noticed, Claire, you said something like, has he got another kid, did you say?
Yeah.
How many children has he got?
I think he's got the 2 now, yeah.
Clearly, he has got the knowledge, hasn't he, in every sense?
Yeah.
I imagine he's a great lover.
Hey, well, he knows.
I imagine he's got wonderful fingers.
He knows what
magic fingers.
Well, he's actually got little toady hands. Right. But he uses a lot of utensils.
Yes. Yeah.
He's invented all these little things that go with and it's over very quickly, so we can get on with learning.
Pleasure gloves.
Yeah, because even when he's making love, there's a stack of trivia books.
Exactly. So
well,
he can tell you about kind of great shags of the past.
Yeah. Oh, he's there. Here he comes.
Yeah, here he comes.
Oh, look, I love him because you don't know this, listeners, but he looks like Penfold of a Danger Mouse.
He does. He hasn't stopped him breeding.
Yeah. It's not. You don't usually call it breeding when it's humans.
Steve Taylor, the man with the knowledge.
Come in. Hey, all right.
Christmas to
you. It's like Steve Wright and his posse. All right, Merry Christmas.
Hi.
Are you?
So tell us, are you a great ladies' man? Were you a great ladies' man before you were married?
It's not something I talk about. I'm married now.
Because he's sort of like got a little shaved head and he's got a beard and it's exactly the same colour, sort of ginger hair. He looks like a tennis ball. It's just hair, exactly the same length, all over his face.
No reason for me to come in was that abuse was happening without me here.
Yeah, I know.
And now I've come in, you just continue it.
But say hello, so it's with your blessing, and I think we're nice. Say Merry Christmas.
Hi, Merry Christmas, all listeners.
See, you're on at 5 o'clock, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to make a note of that. When I bought those 2 albums, I'm going to listen to Steve Taylor, the man with knowledge, on at 5 o'clock on XFM.
Right, isn't it incredible? Because he's been in since 11 o'clock this morning, just compiling information for every record he'll be playing.
Yeah.
The show's only 20 minutes long.
But you know, with him, it's because he's got to offload it.
Yeah.
He's got to talk about it all the time because it's only, he's got a huge brain and it's it's going
throbbing,
all information.
What are you playing next, Claire?
You bored? Sorry, were we boring you two?
Oh, was this that list? Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
So can you tell us about Star Sailor? What do you know about some interesting facts about Star Sailor?
Into the microphone, into the micropole that goes down the loudy box and out to the radiograph in the homes all around England. They're rubbish. Thank you.
Steve Taylor, controversial view. Still, he has bred people.
Hives. Before that, Star Sailor. It's been a bit of a punk sort of show, this, isn't it?
In
general, the whole year's been a little bit of a. I blame the Strokes, but you see, I enjoyed punk. You were too young and don't care for it. But
I have to say that if punk the first time round was as exciting as I found it this year, then I've missed out because I've really enjoyed it. Really.
So I want to go home and play all things like X-Ray Specs and things like that now.
Are they as kind of melodic though as things like the Strokes and White Stripes and so on? Are they kind of tuneful? Because the White Stripes.
In fact, I've picked on a very bad example because they were sort of like pop punk and Polystyrene was almost. She wasn't a joke, but. They had saxophones and stuff, so it's probably a bad example of early. I mean, the Sex Pistols summed it all up.
Yeah, sure.
But we enjoyed that, don't we?
No, we did. I have to say though, although there has been a nice bit of sort of punky sound this year, for me it's been very much a year for the geeks. And you'd have thought I'd have enjoyed that.
Well, that's new metal, though, isn't it?
It is the new metal.
Sort of these people in their bedroom playing sort of computer games and loving
I can't believe that new metal
has
taken over the world. It's just
mad,
incredible.
Isn't it? It's absolutely huge.
Suddenly, Linkin Park and.
But see, I don't mind things like Marilyn Manson because they're having a go, they're having a bit of a laugh, and But
But it always seemed so perennially uncool to me when I was younger. Anyone who was into that kind of music, I just thought loser. And that's.
And coming from
calling the pop black.
Yeah, imagine that.
But it's the year of the geeks, not just because of new metal, but also because of just these fantasy films with the Harry Potter stuff and now Lord of the Rings. It's like everyone's over it. I'm stunned.
Scary, isn't it?
Because I was never into that rubbish.
No,
I've always thought it's like it's like people who are still obsessed with Harry Potter. They go, I'm rereading Harry Potter for the 3rd time, and I think, listen, I haven't read it. Okay, I'm sure it's very good, but you're rereading it for the 3rd time. There are books out there written by adults for adults with like sex and other exciting things.
Yeah,
and Harry Potter. Oh yeah, I'll just read like in case you missed something the first time round.
But maybe they're learning the spells.
I'm stunned by it. I mean, have you read it all, Claire? Are you all up on this?
What, Harry Potter? I actually went out and bought the first Harry Potter book and lost interest halfway through because there was no sex in it.
No,
so
exactly.
Couldn't be
it's
bothered.
like why I never go to see any Disney films. There's never the prospect of any nudity. If there's no chance of nudity.
I think you're actually buying the wrong books.
Right.
What you want to buy, Steve, is a pornographic magazine.
Tell me more.
Well, in there, you see, what you get.
Ladies. Other ladies.
Sometimes ladies.
Nudie ladies.
Sometimes ladies. Stereophonics. And the theme tune to BBC Two's The Office, Handbags and Glad Rags.
Absolutely.
So I think we should be playing Christmas songs as well, though. Because Merry Christmas War is over. A great.
Is it really?
What?
The theme tune to The Office.
I think you meant is war really over? It is. Thanks, John.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, it is, yeah. That's, well, there. To be fair, Rod Stewart did it first.
Yeah, and we don't use the Stereophonics version.
Oh,
no,
right,
or the Rod Stewart version.
Thank you.
Too expensive.
Exactly. Cost a fortune.
Had to re-record it.
Yep. Or little known facts.
Yeah.
You should save that for the DVD.
Or Steve Taylor would have blown it anyway,
exactly.
wouldn't he? He'd have come on with the knowledge and told him everything.
I was thinking
Fairy Tale New York.
Beautiful song. No,
can we find that?
It'd be nice to try and dig it. I'm sure everyone's playing it at the moment.
Yeah, that's where, yeah.
But I mean, we should. It's good. No,
let's play "Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time" by Paul McCartney.
Can we play "Driving Home for Christmas"? Chris Rea.
Oh, he is. There's a lyric in that goes. I look at. He's in the car driving on Christmas. And he looks over at the other bloke in the other car. He goes, "He's just the same as me."
Yeah, I was thinking that.
He's just the same as me.
Is
he saying he's copied him? He's like, "Oi, what are you wearing? That's the same as me. That is."
What did you get your missus? The same as it?
You? Who are you? A stalker? I'm Chris Rea.
Hello.
Yeah. He's going back to Newcastle.
Exactly.
Are they talking it?
Is that where he's from?
Yeah. Is it Middlesbrough or Newcastle or?
Do you remember when Rea made a film?
Cleveland. Go on.
Chris Rea made a film. They all do it like Dave Stewart made that film with the All Saints, Honest. No one went to see it. No. But Chris Rea made a film which was like a kind of fantasy thing. Well, I think Shirley Bassey turned up in it where he was like, have you ever seen this?
No, but Oh no, I can't tell you. I'll tell you off air.
Really? Is it outrageous? Is it libelous to Chris Rea?
No, I had to interview Chris Rea about this.
Really?
And Shirley Bassey was there, and she pulled up in her limo.
Interview.
Yeah, don't ask me. Don't ask me.
What was you doing for?
It was for some satellite
And what did
TV
Bassey
show.
say? Did she disrespect the film?
No. When Bassey came into Pinewood Studios, when she came in, we all had to leave the set so she could drive through the set. We all had to leave so she could drive in.
No.
Just thought I'd tell you that.
Oh.
It's very boring, really. I wish I hadn't told you that.
What do you mean? She drove her car into the set?
No, she was driven into Pinewood Studios, into wherever they were filming, and we had to all leave as she arrived.
Leave?
Because, I don't know.
Did she knew what you do,
She
Sturgis?
didn't like me.
Yeah.
I don't want that smackhead around in here, you know.
I got some valuables in here.
Yeah. Sturgis.
Diamonds are forever, especially when she's around.
Yeah.
Anyway, I never saw the film, Steve, in answer to your questions.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone did, but it's the fact that Chris Rea got money to make a film. I mean, has he released a song for years?
He's still going. He's probably got a little bit of back catalogue going.
You mentioned Paul McCartney as well, and we were talking about that with Steve Taylor. And I'm wondering, because you're talking about his money and the fact he's got loads of wealth, and that's fair enough, and he obviously deserves it. But what I'm wondering is, he's got to be he's such a rich
does anyone deserve it?
Unless they spread it around.
Politics.
But he's obviously, I mean, he must be one of the richest men, certainly in this country, and I'm sure, internationally. Millions. I don't know if he's reached the billion mark yet. But I'm wondering to myself, why doesn't he spend some of that money making his missus like a bionic leg? That'd be amazing. Do you know what I mean? She could, like, leap over buildings and stuff. That'd be genius.
Well, she wouldn't leap, she'd hop.
Because if I had that much money, I would.
She could only hop.
She'd just be running around in a circle.
She'd win
the
sports games, wouldn't she, at school, easy. Just one hop.
Exactly.
And she's won.
I mean, it'd just be incredible, because I don't know, I mean, the Bionic Man, it was expensive then, wasn't it?
6 million then, Steve. Christ knows what it would cost now with inflation. $6 million, of course. That's only about £4 million sterling. Yeah. But now, and that was like, what was that, 74 or something?
It cost you a fortune.
Hundreds of million.
Oh, I wouldn't even want to guesstimate.
But he got the eye.
Sure.
That's useful.
Yep.
He can, see miles away.
Yep.
He's got the 2 legs. You need the 2 legs for running.
Did he have the 2 legs?
Wouldn't it be? Yeah, of course he did. Otherwise he'd be hopping, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Dun. But he got the 1 arm. He'd need the 1 arm. They thought, let's not go mad. Let's not make him completely bionic.
Yeah.
But the one thing that always worried me, right, was that when he lifted up a truck with his 1 good arm, why didn't his back collapse?
Yeah.
He didn't have a bionic spine, did he?
Sure.
I could see him lying on the ground and sort of like doing a sort of leg press. That'll be fine. But when he stand up, his back would just collapse, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So you're beginning to wonder if an astronaut who fell out of an airplane while test driving it and was rebuilt as a half robot, you're wondering if there's maybe some flaws in that concept.
Yeah. And Oscar Goldman, I don't know what. And isn't it convenient that his girlfriend had the same 2 legs, 1 arm?
I think that's what drew them closer together, though, Rick.
This time she had the ear.
I don't think he was just on the pull and by chance he got her undressed. He thought, my God, that looks like a familiar plastic arm.
And there was a bionic dog, wasn't there?
And a horse, apparently.
Well, why do you need a bionic horse?
I know.
When you can run at 70 miles an hour, you don't need to get on a horse, do you? Unless the bloke that had the bionic horse wasn't bionic, and he could run, like, really fast.
I think the problem was that they'd spent so much money on all these bionic things, they just made a bionic horse, entered it in races.
Yeah, he had to get some of their money back.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve Austin, he's not turning up, he's swanning round.
A very costly investment.
Does anyone remember Bionic Man? Is this just, This is all shown again, isn't it, on Bravo?
Everyone knows who the Bionic Man is.
Oh, just ask Canfield about it.
Oh, I bet he loves it.
Because Canfield's only about 14 and he knows the Bionic Man.
I know, yeah. He's been watching it for 13 and a half years.
Sturge, let's play another song, because we just played the cover version of How Magic Now Rags.
Sure.
Great song, really good.
Yeah.
And I've been playing cover versions all this year. And one of my favourites was this one I played a long time back. Actually, I think I played this when we were standing in for Dermot O'Diddley.
Yeah. He was back today, wasn't he? Just pops up when he wants.
Exactly.
Isn't he?
But I'm not going to play any cover versions in the new year. That's Cover Me Up or Cover Me Bad. That's
run for cover. Well, I've finished with my I call it film review. Yeah.
Sure. So we're going to have all new features in the new year.
Yeah.
But I'd love to play this again. This is a Once Around the Block, as done by the Kings of Convenience. Play this, Claire. Lovely. A short-lived kind of new folk movement, wasn't there, this year, that kind of came and went, and the Kings of the Convenience were supposed to be part of that, and their album Quiet is the New Loud I thought was an absolute treat, and a lot of people just sort of ignored it.
Lovely track, but lovely version.
That was never actually on the album. That was from the Toxic Girl single, and that's Once Around the Block by Badly Drawn Boy, as done by the Kings of Convenience.
Beautiful. This is great, isn't it, coming in and just like playing songs?
Oh man, it's a lovely job.
Do you think the listeners enjoy this as much as we do?
I would imagine not.
No, I don't think so either.
No.
But does that make us bad people?
No, I don't think it does. It makes us wealthy people.
And lucky, very lucky.
That's true enough.
PJ Harvey.
Lovely.
Love it, great. I'm loving this, Steve.
Yeah, no, it's
Nearly
great.
Christmas. I had a couple of chocolates there, didn't I?
Oh,
the
yeah.
purple ones in roses. Very much like the Quality Street one, the hazelnut and the toffee.
Yeah.
But getting me in the mood. Now, I know if you're a fan like me, you love the roast dinner.
Oh.
We love the roast dinner. But the Uber roast dinner is the Christmas dinner.
I'm looking forward to it.
No, I'm thinking about it now. I can't believe how many different sort of meats you're going to have in your house.
Well, we always have the turkey, obviously, traditional. Plus, we always have a little bit of pork, a little bit of lamb.
Oh, God. And don't forget the sausage, you know.
Well, I love the fact that someone's designed the turkey Christmas dinner, and then they thought, wait a minute, I also want a little sausage, and let's wrap it in bacon.
Why not?
Let's
just have some stuff in it as well.
Can we have all the meats that are available?
Someone said, hold on. There's sausage meat in the stuffing. Now, well, sue me.
Yeah, exactly.
Sue me if I want a bit of extra sausage. You know what I mean?
Oh.
It's the work of art, and it takes hours.
Rick, can I ask you, what kind of veg you going with this year?
Veg, well, I just love the roast potato. I mean, people have tried to sneak in the Brussels sprout.
Because you don't eat vegetables or anything green,
do you? I try not to eat.
Parsnips.
I love parsnips, but when they're crisp and crunchy, like a trendy crisp in a wine bar. I love it when I love that.
We'll be having carrots. We'll be having leeks. We'll be having Brussels, obviously. Brussels.
Yeah.
And my mum will always throw in a little bit of something crazy. Maybe there'll be a little bit of red cabbage, something wild, something exotic, something continental.
Or a used condom. To be quite honest, I think she's mental, your mother. She's got to stop that.
But who knows? Any kind of treats. I'm just so, and I love the fact about the Christmas dinner is that people are taking weeks, years planning it.
I know.
They take, months going to dig up defrost.
Did it? Have you told? Can you talk about your grandparents?
Well, my grandparents, of course. The thing about my grandparents, I have mentioned this before.
Yeah.
I think they've got about 3 teeth between them. It's unbelievable. My grandfather.
They're all their own, though.
He was in the RAF in the war, right? And for some reason, he had problems with his teeth, and they pulled them all out, and they replaced them with a false set of false teeth. But during the wartime, I don't know whether this was just like what it was like during the war or just the 40s, but he had a kind of wooden plate put in with like some kind of fake teeth attached.
Oh no!
And he's never had that changed. So he's still got the wooden plate and about 3 teeth still hanging on it.
Oh.
It's just so he and my grandmother combined, they cannot eat anything that's kind of solid. So they will literally get up for Christmas dinner. They'll get up and they'll put the meat on like it's sort of 6 in the morning. Go back to bed for the day. Get up and eat it about 9 o'clock at night. And the best compliment you can have if you've cooked dinner for my grandparents is, "Oh, this is lovely. You can suck it away."
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine
why don't they just liquidize it? Have a nice little roast smoothie.
They have done in the past.
Really, and a little apple crumble smoothie to follow.
If we take them out to eat, like at a restaurant or something, we've got to phone ahead to make sure there's fish on the menu.
Really?
Because they can only have fish. But then the bones, you see, that's a problem for them.
Well, you can take the bones out of fish, can't you, and sort of mash it up.
Yeah, but the eyes are going
Steve,
as well.
could I suggest the fish cake? It's already mashed, it's with the potato, it's in a crispy crumb, which doesn't hurt anyone, whether you got teeth or not.
Rick, can I
Go on.
make a little...
Yeah.
I just want to make it... Because obviously not everyone's as fortunate at Christmas, Rick, as us. What about the vegetarians? What are they eating?
A nut cutlet.
What the hell is a
lovely little nut cutlet. Can't they have, like, tofu, but in the shape of a turkey?
But I love the fact that so often, certainly your Linda McCartney veggie items, they always try to fool you into thinking it's the real thing. Some veggie sausages that they've injected with something so they'll taste like sausages.
Yeah.
Eat the real thing.
I know you don't really need it that arbitrary shape. If it's, you might as well just have it any shape.
What angers me with the vegetarians? What angers me with the vegetarians and the vegans, even worse, is that look, we're breeding all these animals to be eaten.
Yeah.
They're going to get slaughtered anyway. Chow down. Come on.
Yeah.
Those chickens in those little kind of pens, 4 of them in a little square box.
Yeah.
They're sort of crapping eggs out every couple of minutes.
Yeah. You're
not
a zoologist, are you?
I am not officially.
Yeah.
No, but I know what I'm talking about, Rick.
Yeah, you do.
I've seen brochures.
Yeah.
I've walked past a farm while on holiday.
Excuse me, farmer, could, your finest hens crap me some eggs for my tea? No worries.
Chicken, crap a little egg for me. Oh,
brilliant.
An old Christmas classic.
Oh.
No, spare a thought for the vegetarians, and worse still, the vegans.
Yeah, and what about Travis? What do you think they'll be doing this Christmas?
I've no whale of a time.
I'll tell you what, Steve, it was an excuse to play the record.
Genius.
It was a link. Travis and Driftwood on XFM 104.9. It's the Christmas edition of the Ricky Gervais Show with Steve Merchant.
Hi.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's good. I'm in the Christmas spirit, actually, I have to say.
Yeah, definitely.
I do enjoy it. Will you be looking forward to, I know everyone talks about it, Rick, but Christmas telly?
I love Christmas telly. Christmas Day telly's great. I get up and Noel's giving out some presents around hospitals and that, and then you might have the number ones of the year from Top of the Pop. Then you might have a little, I don't know, I don't watch the Queen's speech, but, you have a little sleep then, don't you? Maybe after a big roast dinner with too many sausages.
Yeah.
I'm only joking, Mum, let's have some more.
It's true enough. More chocolate, please.
Yeah. Well, let's not, there's people starving in the world, so let's not rub it in.
Hopefully they're not listening to the radio.
No, probably not.
Just scrabbling around in the cold and the dirt looking for food.
We are actually laughing about it.
I know,
we actually laugh.
Rick, I find that if I laugh about it, then I can ignore the problem easier.
Yeah.
Not face up to the horror.
Yeah, I know. That's too easily done, isn't it?
Exactly. It's too easy to face the horror of the world. It's better to laugh it off.
I know. That's what annoys me about buskers. Because a beggar just sits there and you can pretend you haven't seen him, whereas a busker's shouting out.
Yeah,
and you want to go, unless you're deaf and blind, he knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah.
So,
have you cultivated a kind of universal... I've cultivated this kind of thing I always do with a beggar. When they offer their hand, I don't even say anything anymore. I just sort of kind of offer up my hands as though to say, look, I have no money in my hands. And just a kind of sympathetic turn of the head. And I sort of mouth some words like, and it normally involves sorry mate or something.
Yeah.
Because I find it's better to be courteous than, like, kick them in the head or anything like that.
Yeah, no, I never do that. And I always acknowledge them. I actually never ignore them.
No.
And sometimes I give, depending on...
Although I have to say, another successful year for me of avoiding the Big Issue salesman. I've never bought a copy of the Big Issue.
I love the fact you are actually proud of that.
Well, it got to the point where I actually am appalled by myself, but it's like it's a contest now. It's like I've managed to do it for so long that it's almost a competition with myself.
Well, it's the same as me with reading a novel. But, yeah. Although I blew that in 1987 when I had Catcher in the Rye. I'm still kicking myself.
I'm looking forward, of course, to. I'm hoping it'll be Dennis Norden's Laughter File, Volume 7.
Oh, 7. You're having a laugh. 27.
It used to be It'll Be Alright on the Night, but I think they've changed the name to.
You're one of those people.
One of those people.
This is something we call doorstop.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, just what? Yeah. And doesn't it just go into the Director
This
General?
is one called Let Sleeping Logs Die.
Yeah. It's just, oh, God.
But what I don't understand is why no one has said to him, or why hasn't he watched that TV? Why hasn't he, at Christmas, right, he's gone home with the family, he's gone, come on everyone, let's watch my show, and he's watched it.
It's Laughter File 27. That's me.
The family must have been faking laughter, and why has he not turned around and gone, why did no one tell me? Crap.
Why doesn't he go to Greg Dyke and go, or whatever it's on?
Well, it's ITV, isn't it? Yeah.
Is it? Oh, what was that then?
ITV Task, it's Paymasters, I don't know, they change every week, don't they?
But go to go, with them. Just watched me on that Laughter File 27. It's rubbish, isn't it? And they go, yeah. They go, well, why didn't you tell us? Well, we thought it would kill you, to be quite honest. But why didn't you let my son take over or something? Well, Dennis, he's 84.
How old am I then?
Well, we don't know. We've had you carbon dated, but it's off the scale. But why'd you let me carry that stupid file? Are you reading this now, Dennis?
Well, I can't remember what I got to say.
Well, don't read it. Just speak normally.
2 coffees, please, waiter.
No, this is what we call talking to the Director General. Stop it! But I can't wait for that. Yeah, and
Dennis
there is two.
Can I just say one? Who's in the audience of Dennis Norden's? Who's gone? Joan, I got 2 tickets for Laughter File. I can't believe I laughed.
I've been on the internet.
Because they're always they're cracking up, the people on that show. I've never laughed once.
Maybe it was an audience that they filmed in 1973, but it was the first time they saw a goalkeeper get hit in the balls or something, or Jackie Charlton or something, or a dog fall off a slide.
Well, it's either old people who just can't remember, they've already seen those clips 1,000 times before, or it's I was always thinking of the people at what's that show that Beadle used to do, the
Beadle's
You've Been Framed.
You've Been Framed.
I think now what's happening is while Lisa Riley's doing all the scripted jokes, there's just someone stood behind her, maybe just showing a picture of her like nude or in a bikini, or just pointing and just making jokes at her expense.
Exactly.
That's why they're laughing.
He's lovely, Lisa Riley off Emmerdale, of course.
Fatty Riley.
No, don't say it's not fat. It might be gland. You don't know.
It could be gland.
No, just stop it. You can't say that.
I don't know. I've gone a bit crazy. I've just gone.
No,
but
what if she's listening to this and she gets an eating disorder or something, or becomes bulimic because of what she's probably at home binging now.
I know.
She's leaving out the vomit and she can't get her fat fingers in her mouth. Anyway,
I'll tell you what, the best gig of the year, surely the White Stripes, Rick. I know everyone's raving about it, and let's hear one of their tracks. What's it called again, Claire?
Fell in love with a girl.
Lovely.
Pogues. Kirsty McCall, Fairy Tale New York. We're just saying, it's just a brilliant song, isn't it?
Genius. It's genius.
Great.
And what I love is the fact that it was quite a big hit, and it's like sometimes even a majestic song like that normally would get overlooked just manages to drift up to the surface somehow, and even, everyone, the white trash.
Well, the imagery is great as well. How can old slut on junk be romantic?
Amazing.
Well, we're fans.
Yeah.
Sturgis thought he was talking about her. Leave it, Sturgis. You're clean. You're clean now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we got more treats. After this, we've got a song for the ladies. We're going out of sync here. We're going to play Song for the Ladies, the penultimate track, because I want to leave them with a Christmas classic, the Joni Mitchell classic, River. So look forward to that.
Absolutely.
Well, it's been a great show.
It has.
Even though I say so myself.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it. Looking back over the year,
Rick,
looking forward to Christmas. Go on.
Can I just throw a big thanks out to all the people that have emailed us and phoned in and written to us over the last 6 months. I think it's about 4 people who keep doing it.
Yeah.
Recycling the same
under
old
different names, though.
Exactly, but we don't tend to read stuff out, but it is appreciated.
It is, and it's often gets into the show whether you know it or not.
Exactly. In some way, we steal your jokes and pass them off as our own.
Nice email from someone there saying there is a tofurkey.
A tofurkey, yeah. So a tofu turkey.
Yeah. You
can buy it in the whole trimmings.
See, I made that up. I could have written that down and, well, it had already been done.
Yeah.
So I said we can't paint in a tofurkey.
Sure.
So I've embarrassed myself again.
Sturgis, are you going to be driving home for Christmas?
No, I'm going to be here.
Christmas.
I'm going to be here.
God, she's working.
He's just the same as me.
She's working on Christmas, Sturgis.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Someone emailed me the other week saying, will I be voice tracked over Christmas? Well, I'm not quite sure. It's a radio term, apparently. But no, I will be live.
Wow.
On Christmas Day?
Oh, yes. Christmas Day evening.
So you can't drink and stuff?
Well,
not as much as like you would have liked. I mean, you're always drunk on air, obviously.
yeah, but it's getting to that point. I didn't know she drank till I saw her sober one day, Sunday morning when she came in to do an early show, and she was talking differently.
Yeah,
she went like, "The pub's not open yet."
Exactly.
And I realised it's terrible, isn't it? Well, what should we play now?
I don't know. I kind of felt like we've sort of exhausted ourselves. Really, we've run out of stuff to say. We've made all our observations about Christmas. Yeah. We've taken a sideways glance
at the sausage.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, another funny word.
This year's
stuffing.
Christmas.
Remember we talked about stuff? Do you remember I think it was 4 links ago.
Yeah. Sure.
No, listen. We're going to call it sausage loving, and we talked about all the different things you have on a plate and that. And we started off with like turkey, and then we went.
I'm just trying to remember some of the amusing bloopers that took place over the course of. Do you remember when you didn't make it back in time for the link and you were making tea?
I was making tea. That was
a
God! What was that one when I think you said something like that was a white stripes. He's going to say the word wrong or something.
Yeah.
Oh God!
If you're one of those people.
Oh, this is great. I'll tell you what. I'd like to play a record because I'd like to talk about this link later.
Yeah.
Should we play a record?
Yeah, well, let's look back on it, like, amusingly, like I Love 1980.
Oh,
let's do that in a second. So I'll play a song for the ladies, final one of the year, and it's a song which I did play a long time ago, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's from Nick Cave's album. What was it called again? I think it was called No More Shall We Part. And it's an absolutely magnificent
I'm just remembering the last time you played it.
I know.
It was brilliant because you introduced it, and then I think it was Karl who played it, and we listened to it.
Were we playing Buckaroo or eating Kirk?
It starts off with a little bit of Jingle Bells at the beginning, a little bit of tribute on the piano. It's Joni Mitchell and...
No, I'm back timing to the football.
Back time, yeah.
You've now got 15 seconds.
This is Christmassy, cold turkey, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
That was Joni Mitchell and The River. Thanks for listening, everybody. I hope you enjoy the shows. Don't take anything to say too seriously. I hope we haven't offended anyone. We love the homeless and fat birds, don't we?
Love them. Merry Christmas to you, Rick. Merry Christmas to you.
Happy Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas.
She needs her fix. She needs her fix. She's all grumpy.